Morning. I'm just getting up. Morning. My coffee club. We're a little light today. Let's see what's going on. Usually we have a lot of people in here at this time, and there's not. So good morning. I hope everybody's having a wonderful morning this morning. I'm exhausted. I didn't go to sleep until like really late last night. I just kept tossing and turning in bed. So I wasn't up at 4:30 this morning. I was up at 6:30, and by 6:45 I am on the computer with each of you. My coffee club. Good morning. Marissa needs you. I need coffee. 4:45. Good morning. So where is that? I've been in Marissa's all night. I don't know what's going on, and I've heard about it. I shouldn't say I don't know what's going on. I've heard about a lot of stuff over the last few days, but I'm not getting involved, quite frankly. I'm really not. I don't want the drama here, and I'll reach out to her and check on her because she's my friend, and I think what's going on right now is unfair. But I can't bring it here in this. I can't get involved in that. So I hope everybody stays friendly here. We're just, hi, good morning, voice for the voiceless. Hope everything's okay. I'm hearing a lot of stuff, as you can see in the chat. Good morning from down under. Oh, she was crying. Yeah, this is a lot of people don't realize this is a tough job. It's pretty cutthroat. I'm kind of learning everything about it. I'm listening and keeping my ears open and watching what's going on, and it's a shame. So we're going to keep the focus on Summer Wells because we are here at Bullhorn Betty. Think that the only people that matter is the victims and the victim's family. Here with the Summer Wells case, the victim's family does not matter here for Bullhorn Betty. I can tell you that. I do not sympathize with them. I was out there. I saw what kind of people they were. I looked into their background. Nobody's going to convince me otherwise after. Good morning. Yes, voice for the voiceless. Absolutely. The mission doesn't change. We forge forward. The bottom line is that in each case that we deal with, we always get hate and everything like that. I've heard my name brought up in several things, but again, sometimes in this business, I've dealt with politics. Politics is probably about as just about as cutthroat as YouTube and YouTubing and things of that nature. And it's the same thing, just different topic, different backgrounds and everything. I don't know what happened. We're not going to be discussing what happened. I can tell you that. We are keeping the focus on what the focus needs to be kept on. And at the end of the day, it's all about justice for Summer Wells and how we can help bring justice for Summer Wells. And that is going to be the focus here. I hope that's the focus for each of you. Obviously, there's some things going on that are out of our control, right? So what we do is we control what's within our control. And what's in my control is what goes on this channel and what is disseminated out into the world. And I prefer professionalism and the cases and what's going on in the cases more so than I really want to get involved in the drama. And it's just because it's a distraction. Every time we're talking about ourselves or every time we're talking about someone else, we are not providing the platform where it needs to be provided. And that is, again, seeking justice for Summer Wells. Many of you know I'm on a mail campaign right now. I've been asking you guys and the public abroad to help me with this mail campaign. And this mail campaign is on I'm going to share my screen in just a second. Is under the community tab right here. Okay. And I know people are saying that they haven't been able to cut and paste. They can't figure out how to cut and paste. So I figured, you know what, this morning, I think I'm going to, so it's down a little further than it was because I've reposted some stuff. So you're going to have to scroll down. I wanted to make sure that I showed everybody here. Everybody in this chat, this is very, very simple for you to do. All it takes is 4 sheets of paper, 2 envelopes, and 2 stamps. It's something that everybody that's watching, good morning, everyone. You know what? Actually, before we get started on this, let's take a few moments. I know everybody in here is friends. Let's take a few moments. One, let's feel thankful and grateful. Today is Friday for many of us here in the States. TGIF, beautiful people. So in the mornings when we're on here with our coffees and our friendship, we like to go through, and it's a small group this morning, maybe because some other lives are going on, which is crazy because usually there's nobody up this morning or these mornings. It's usually just us, but that's okay. So let's go around. Where are you from? What is your temperature? And, your time. So everybody can kind of get a feel for where everybody's at. What's your, and let us know if it's Celsius or Fahrenheit, because good morning. It's 3:47. God bless you. You must be in California, Ronnie. Yes, I can see your face, Error. I can see your face. So Walla Walla is 33 degrees, folks. Coleman, Alabama, 61 degrees and hazy. We've got Tampa, Florida. Miss Canana. Is that Miss Canan? Is that, if I'm saying it properly? Let me just go up here. You guys are moving so fast. Your little fingers are moving faster than mine. Tampa, Florida, temperature is 67 degrees. Tampa, Florida, as many of you know, is a neighbor to me. They're literally right across the bridge. I am in Manatee County, so it's nice to see a neighbor. Good morning. We got Virginia at 6:48 a.m. It is 59 degrees. Washington. Yeah, I guess that is close to California. So, perfect. We got Brunswick, Canada. It's +9 and it's 7:48. Did you just say +9? It's only 9 degrees there. Oh my goodness. 59 here in Tulsa. San Antonio is 70 degrees and it's 5:48 a.m. Orlando, Florida, another neighbor, 63 degrees. Sydney, Australia is 22 degrees Celsius. Indiana, 5:48, 37 degrees. Michigan, 28 degrees. Good morning, Miss Allie. Good morning. Leanne is saying, I'm in the UK and it's still freezing. She says it's Cabert. Inverness, Florida. So we got a lot of little neighbors around here. We're 60 degrees in Inverness, 63 in Orlando. Texas is 61 degrees. Chi-Town, 24. It's 5:49. Tingle Boo. Don't need the temperature here. My heating gone full. I don't know what that means. McDonald's, Ohio, 34 degrees. Hello. From North Carolina, 46 degrees. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. Oklahoma, 54 degrees. New Zealand, it is 12:48 in the morning, and it's now Saturday morning. So last night was their Friday. So day late, a dollar short. 27 in Alabama, 11:49 in London. I know, jealous of those temps, huh? We should be in Florida. From Melbourne, Australia, 30 degrees Celsius. Yes, Miss Canan says, yes, we are neighbors. I'm in Daytona. I love Daytona. Got my last shirt was from Daytona. We missed Bike Week by, I think, as we were driving out, the motorcyclers were pulling in the last time I went. I think it was just last year, if I recall correctly. Michigan's 30 degrees. Merino, Australia. Australia is 11:49 p.m., 33 degrees Celsius. Western Pennsylvania is 43 degrees. Raining here, ICU says. Good morning, Chris. 32 in Detroit. It's 11:50 a.m. in the UK. Hey, from Northern Ireland. If many people don't know, the majority, like my bloodline, as you know, has a lot of different things, including Greece, Hispanic, and Asian. but I'm predominantly Scottish and Irish. Those are, when you get the thing, you got the little bars that tell you how much you are. So Northern Ireland, you are part of my blood. So 36 degrees in Kokomo, Indiana. 64 in Mississippi. Buffalo, New York is 60 degrees today. That seems like that's pretty nice. I mean, for it being mid-December, it seems like it should be much colder in Buffalo, New York than that. I'm so happy that you guys got some warmth. From what I gather, 60 degrees is pretty warm for you guys. 52 degrees in Bristol, Tennessee. Dazed and confused. I hope you're going to be out there during our protest from the 11th or from the 7th through the 11th. If you can come out for one day, that'd be great. If you just want to come out and get photos with us and say hi, we love all the support we can get. This is truly Summer's Army, where we are just really trying our best to find ways to serve Summer and get some answers for her. The idea that she's out there and, sold to sex trafficking, abducted it's just impossible, folks. I mean, I know people are, jumping on the bandwagon of the possibility that she's been abducted. Guys, she's not been abducted. We're going to go into that a little bit later. Oh, we got some Spain here. Hey, Katie. Thank you from Spain. 12:50 a.m. Good morning, everyone. Toledo, Ohio. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Scotland. I'm so glad there's yelling with people here. Oh, thank you, Andrea. Yeah, no. We are, we've been thinking about this for several days. We were asked to step back, so we have stepped back. We're not going to be discussing the drama over here at this channel. We know that it does exist, but we're not going to get into it. We're not going to throw people under the bus. We're just not going to do that. We're just going to sit here and let that kind of play out, let that die down. Hopefully everybody hasn't done so much damage that it ruins their future ability to work together. It may have. I don't know. I'm not watching it. I don't pay attention to it. And I hope that none of you guys do either. We've got to take the high road in situations like this and just refocus and realize what is truly important. And honestly, what's truly important for me is seeking justice for Summer Wells. And I hope everybody in this chat, keeps that in mind and stays focused on the mission. The mission truly is justice for Summer Wells. We all agree we're part of Summer's Army. We're the only people that are fighting for her. And when we're fighting amongst each other, I think it takes the focus off the true victim here. And I think we just need to refocus. And that's what I'm going to try to do this morning. I don't want to get into any kind of drama with anybody. I don't have a dog in this fight. The only dog in the fight I have is seeking justice, again, for Summer Wells. And that's what we're going to stay focused on here this morning, guys. So I hope you guys help. I know many of you guys are with me every morning, and I'm so appreciative of that. Spain, 12 degrees Celsius. I'm Scottish too. Good. New Jersey is 57 degrees. And people are saying, good morning, everyone. 100% Irish, second generation American. Rambling Rome. Oh, that is great to hear. Have you relatives here? You know what, Marina? I don't know. I'm on that Ancestry DNA, not that 23andMe. Ancestry DNA. I'm on there, and I have seen some cousins, first and second cousins. A lot of people don't know that, my father's side of the family was not very good. It's kind of like, I would say in a scenario, kind of like the situation with Candace in her first relationship, where the kids were taken from the home and the parents never really tried to reach out to their children. That's kind of what my father experienced. He was a foster child. He had a rough life, even though he wasn't perfect in our upbringing, and there was a lot of trauma that was caused by, certain situations that happened in my house between my father and my mother. He was a good father to me. I was daddy's little girl. I went to work with him. He taught me how to work on cars, taught me how to do electrical work because he was a master electrician. So I can wire a house from front to back, believe it or not. I'm college educated and can swing a hammer at the same time. It's great. So There was a lot of things, my dad was a positive person in my life, but, he was, in some cases absent, and I kind of, was seeking attention and acting out for approval and things like that, and got into a wrong crowd, and, just started a spiraling effect in my life that lasted, close to 2 decades. And I'm just very thankful that I broke the cycle. But I don't know very much about my dad's side of the family. The part of the family that we've tried to reach out to and keep together, we still do some things for. And, I've got to honestly say that my Aunt Patricia, she's really the glue that holds everybody together. I think everybody can agree that somebody in their family is the glue that holds everybody together, and I think that person for the Griffin side of my family is my Aunt Patricia. Just a beautiful, sweet woman. I'm very thankful to have her in my life, and she's never really left my side. And I just got a Christmas card from her. I forgot to tell her thank you because yesterday was just crazy for me. So anyways, good morning, everyone. I love that you're here. You have 50% German in you. That's great. Believe it or not, my cousin just got married, and he's got German in him, or not German in him. He's got German kids, and it's kind of neat. So it's just a beautiful, beautiful thing. I saw and heard and love. I'm trying to read this. Sorry, guys. Okay, Ohio. Yes, that's absolutely right. No, she can't. Well, here's the issue. A lot of people don't realize that the mountain kind of, even when we looked at Olivia's footage, right? Even though she's just getting all this stuff together, and she's putting it in videos, and her work is beautiful. I mean, it's everybody can agree. We love Olivia. She is so sweet and kind, and she just really, I don't know, she just melts my heart. I love being around her, I have to say. She's just a amazing person, and when I'm around her, she makes me feel like an amazing person, and she just does this stuff. So even in her videos, you can't really see that angle on that mountain, but it makes it truly difficult for somebody to climb up that mountain without going to the driveway and abducting. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know who this is. Bonnie, for the super sticker. I appreciate that. I'll post it as soon as I get. I'm up in the chat. Excuse me, in comments right now, but we'll get to you. Thank you. Very kind of you. Yeah, Summer's Army. But anyways, it's very hard to tell the angle that goes up that mountain. And that's what makes it so difficult for somebody to go there and snatch Summer and take her away. And even the theory that there is some crazed lunatic out there that if your child walks down to the end of the road by themselves, they're just going to swoop them up and take them off is, again, another ludicrous idea. Those people, media is making this area sound horrible. Like these people are heathens and just deplorable, despicable people that live around Donald Wells. I mean, the whole time we were there, to me, it sounded like, from eyewitness testimony, nobody likes Donald and Candace Wells. They don't like them because they're fighting all the time. They have drug problems. They have people coming in and out, especially when Don is not there. And it's just a bad dynamic that causes a lot of chaos for the community. They always are hearing them argue. Many of these people have families. People don't want their children hearing F-bombs every evening because they're drunk and fighting again. And so it just sounded like these people knew who Donald and Candace Wells were. They knew that they are despicable people. They believe everybody in the community. There's no curtain, nothing over their eyes, no blinders over the community's eyes as to who could possibly be responsible for the disappearance of Summer Wells. This is about justice for the baby, Summer Wells. She was 5 years old. She was a beautiful young girl that never had a chance in this world. She really never had a chance in this world. And I am so sick of hearing, the naysayers try to act like they know more than somebody that has been out there personally, that has garnered eyewitness testimony. Really hard time. Tiffany's going hard on her. Sad to watch. When I open, there's nothing I can do about it. I'm going to be here for Molly. I'm going to be here for Marissa. She's my friend. But I'm not getting into the pissing contest. I'm sorry. I can't. It distracts from Summer. And this is all that matters is Summer Wells. All that matters is any of my victims of these cases. And that's where our focus is going to be here at Bullhorn Betty. If you guys would like the drama, if that's what makes you guys happy, by all means, maybe those other channels are better for you, better suited for you. I just don't, it turns my stomach to hear people go off, on these, these attacks. I'm going to try to stay as professional as possible, because at the end of the day, if I lose focus and I lose track of what I'm doing, the only person that's suffering is Summer Wells and her case. And we have to stay focused, in my opinion, on Summer Wells, because we need justice for Summer. We're trying to work very hard about putting together a protest in front of TBI from January 7th through January 11th. Bonnie Lassie, thank you very much. I really do appreciate you. So if you guys could just please bear with me, I super, super, super appreciate it. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Pennsylvania is 32. Oops, I just popped up. 32 degrees, and it is 7:04 in the morning, I believe. Maybe not. So we do appreciate. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yes, she's amazing. I love her. And she does such great work. And, when she does that great work with those videos and stuff, it only shows, it shows a couple things. It shows what we are doing with boots on the ground out there. It shows you how hard we are working. It shows her digital craft that she has, But it's very important because, there are people that each one of you, even being on this channel, is sponsoring us to succeed. It's sponsoring us to fight for these victims. And in this case, today, it's about Summer Wells. And so, we want to make sure that what we are doing. Many people, first of all, I heard something about receipts and things like that. These are sponsors. We're not saying we're putting a billboard up or that, this stuff is going on. You guys know how expensive it is to fly people out. I mean, you guys can figure it out yourself. What it costs to fly, how much time has been expended in going to these places. Think about the gas money. I mean, things are 45 minutes to an hour away. Gas prices are $3.50, folks, So some a little more, some a little less, but around on average, about $3.50 a gallon. We have 5 people on the team, 5 people. Everybody thinks it's 4. It's not. You guys got to remember, we have Olivia's mother with us too. So you're talking about 5 people that need to get to places, need to have rooms over our heads, roofs over our heads, needs to have gas money, and needs to have food in our bellies. So you guys can only imagine the cost that goes into that. And for this last trip to Tennessee, I have to tell you that Marissa and her supporters paid for that trip. She paid for all the rooms that we stayed in. She paid for 100% of the gas. She even paid for my O2 sensor because I was having automobile problems. She paid for the paperwork we got from the dispatch center, and she paid for the recordings. The dispatch center for each complaint card cost $10. The recordings alone cost $25 per disc. There's real hard costs in this, but you guys are actually seeing, because when Olivia prepares these videos, you're actually seeing the work that we're doing. And, I hear all the time that it's all about money, this, that, and the other, but we are all of our accounts, every single one of us, even the ones that are saying this, all of our accounts are designed the same way. You have the option to have the super stickers. You have the option to have the super chats. You have the membership option. For those that want Patreon, have the opportunity for that. So this idea that, everybody is not doing the same. It's not true. They are. And I'm just sick of that being the topic of the conversation. At the end of the day, there's real hard costs that are involved. There's bills that need to be paid. There's just stuff that needs to be taken care of. And I'm very thankful that people do that. But to sit there and say that we're not all in the same boat is it's just, to me, just a little petty. The only people bringing that up are the ones that are trying to trigger others. And I just wish all of it would stop. I really would, because it is a distraction. So that is as much time as I'm going to give that topic of conversation here this morning. We are going to refocus. Many of you guys know that I have been working very hard to find a way of how we can really help Summer and, help law enforcement, because law enforcement is still working on this case. They still need more evidence. They, after being there, after seeing these parents, after listening to interviews, after listening to the changes in the interviews, after reading the body language, after watching the blinking movement, after really investigating this case with eyes open and eyes focused, and eyewitness testimony. That's the thing that people go on shows and talk that are eyewitnesses, and it's usually one or two of them. We spoke to many of them. We got all different perspectives of this case. We've got all different timelines that helped us. At the end of the day, here is what we are focused on. So Macbeth was dropped off at 2:30. The call into law enforcement was at 6:30. Everybody's saying this timeline is hard to put together. We only have 4 hours that we need to find out where Candace was. That's the timeline. 4 measly hours. 4 measly hours. So we need to put 4 hours together. Where was Candace and where was Grandis? Also, you got to also take into consideration that, most people, when there's a murder and they're involved in any way, they leave town. They leave town shortly after that disappearance or murder. Oh, and I need to try something here. Sorry, I'm doing something. I didn't mean to. Hold on. Let's see what I can do. Is that what I do? I don't know. So if I put a star by your name, Chris, did you get a wrench? I'm just curious, because I'm trying to figure out if that's how I add you guys as mods, because they were telling me I could add mods on my account last night just from this chat, and I don't know if I can or not. So I want to check and make sure that I'm able to do that. Yeah, it looks like your mod, but I put a heart next to you. So, oh, that's your heart. Okay, never mind. So it looks like I'm able to get you to mod. So anyways, good morning, everybody. I'm just getting through all these chats. I know I'm missing quite a bit, so I do apologize. I know I have people in here from all over the world. I thank you very much for coming here. As many of you know, I was going to go to Texas. I was going to have some fun. That has been, my plans for Texas has been altered because I didn't want to drive. Everybody knows I'm going to be driving to Tennessee just in a couple weeks on January 6th. And I'm kind of sick of the whole road. Some people are designed for road trips. I'm designed for road trips if there's somebody to help with the driving. I'm not designed for road trips by myself where I've got to drive for 15 hours. I think that's just, I've had an experience when I went up to my timeshare in New Hampshire where I almost wrecked the car because I fell asleep behind the wheel. I was thankful that it was only a blown tire, but it could have been a lot worse. And I was young. I think I was only 20 something years old. It was 20 years ago. 22 years ago. And so I never want to have that experience again. I think you kind of get away with it one time, but I don't think you're going to be lucky the second time, right? So I just think that 15 hours on the road there, 15 hours on the road back, in a 48-hour period is just a little too much for me. It's just too much for me. So I'm here, I think today. Well, today I'm going to see my mom. I am taking a break here in a little bit. I promised my mom I'm going to get a shower. I'm probably going to cut off here about 8 or 9 o'clock. And I'm going to jump in the shower and I'm going to go take my mom out to lunch and just spend some time with her. I haven't seen her since before she left. It was Thanksgiving. I ate Thanksgiving with her and then she left to go to my sister's, or maybe it was the day after. I think it was Thanksgiving. She was getting up the next day and heading to Louisiana to go stay with my sister and get some things worked out, help her fix up her new place. My little sister, many of you don't know, is she went to college to become a journalist. She out of college didn't really find her footing. She became a substitute teacher for her for the Manatee County school system. And when I started popping out in the political world and doing protests and things like that, she said I gave her, courage to go out there and try to find the job in the industry that she actually went to college for. And she did get a job in Lafayette, Louisiana as a reporter. So she goes to a lot of different places, and there was a car issue because the car's in my mom's name. It needs to be Taylor's name for insurance purposes because Taylor changed her license for up there. But anyways, at any rate, my little sister is doing great, but she's been so busy with her work, she hasn't had time to decorate her apartment. And my mother is the best decorator in the world. I wish she would come over here. She's also the best cleaner in the world too. You want something clean, you call mom, and hopefully one day she'll come over here, help me clean up this place. Get it. I want to change the house around because it feels like the same house that I had with my ex. Our divorce is winding down, and I want to have my own home that's kind of defined differently than it was when I was with my husband. So if anybody understands that. Yes. My soul needs my mother. And my best friend doesn't live too far from her. So I'll probably go eat lunch with my mom and then head over to my best friend's house. And her and I can just, I'm actually considering just turning the phone off when I get off here today. I just don't want to be sucked in. I just want to stay positive. I really want everybody here to stay positive. And I want you guys to, think about summer and help. How can you help? So many know I'm on this mail campaign to mail letters to Don Wells's prosecutor, as well as the judge that's handling his DUI case. He's going to court on February 7th, 2022. I want you guys all to go to my community tab page. You're going to have to scroll down. Let me just show you guys again. You're going to have to scroll down. It's quite a bit because I was posting other people's posts yesterday. I could probably take a couple away because Chronicles of Olivia, she didn't have her watermark on our video. So unfortunately, and it looks like she deletes her lives. She doesn't like her lives up there. And not only that, but not only that, it was, still getting sucked into the drama. And I really just, Olivia and I just don't want that to be the crux of what we do. Neither one of our pages. We want to keep focused on the mission at hand, Summer Wells. This is how everyone can help that's in here. So we are doing a major mail campaign. We are trying, and just to make sure you guys all know, everyone all over the world can help. This is not just for Tennessee residents. This is not just for people that are in, Tennessee or just in the United States. This is for all people around the world. This is how you can help Summer right here. We all know that it should have never gotten to the point of Summer Wells disappearing, and she's possibly potentially dead, right? And it's sad news. I don't like breaking sad news, but we deal with these cases, and 99% of the time they're gone. They're not walking the earth. They're not doing anything. they're gone. They've disappeared. And this is what happened here. There is no evidence of an abduction. And even if there was evidence of an abduction, it would have been because of the lifestyle and the chaos that the parents brought to that mountain. So no matter how you look at it, these parents are not clean. These parents are not clean. We need to find out where Summer is. I truly believe, based upon sorry about that, folks. My computer, many of you know that my computer was damaged in coming back from Moab. Was it Moab? Yes, that's the last time we went on flight. So on our way back from Moab, I decided to check my bag with my computer, and Southwest decided to crush in the side of my computer. So at any rate, sorry about that, guys. We are getting back to that. So we were trying to figure out what we can do, with the Wells parents. John Wells has this case coming up on February 7th. And, our team sat down and a portion of our team sat down and decided, what can we do to help? We need these parents to break, because we truly believe they're withholding information from law enforcement. We truly believe that they had something to do with the disappearance of their daughter. Now, it is alleged that these parents didn't kill their child. That very well may be the real possibility. I've never said that they murdered their child. What I have said is they're responsible for the disappearance and potential death of their child, and I still stand behind that. As I told you, sorry about that. We did our due diligence. And we also found that Macbeth had a profound behavioral change when he was returned to that house at 2:30 from that water hole. A profound change, a life-altering change. He has never been the same again after coming back from that water hole that day at 2:30 with Candace Wells. It wasn't because, if it was just that he was drunk, once he sobered up, he would still be back to being that same personality, bubbly young man, young adolescent, 15-year-old something. That wasn't the case. He's never been right since. That means something traumatic triggered in his life before he was dropped off at that house. These are things that we look for. Thank you. These are things that we look for in an investigation. In an investigative purpose, we try to find that altering change, that traumatic event. And it appears, based upon what we received from eyewitness, firsthand testimony from folks, not from hearsay, not from a YouTube video, from personal contact with witnesses and personal interviews with these witnesses. We heard of this profound change, and he's never been right since. He doesn't want to talk about the events. He wanted to quit going to school. To put this in perspective, Candace has a 5-year-old child missing, and her mother think it's more important to go over to Macbeth's house to find out what he told law enforcement the next morning, beating on their door the next morning, trying to find out what he had to say to law enforcement, versus being home and helping find their missing child. That is a huge red flag for me and anybody that knows anything about investigative journalism. So you have this profound behavioral change in inappropriate conduct. I mean, that was inappropriate. Your 5-year-old daughter is missing. You could have picked up the phone and called him, but instead you thought it was necessary to drive a half an hour away and knock on this kid's door. That to me is a little odd behavior. I don't know what it is to you, but to me, it's odd behavior. So at any rate, I'd like to do this mail campaign. It's going to cost you guys, 4 sheets of paper, 2 envelopes, and 2 postage stamps. Anybody around the world can participate in this mail campaign. Again, it's on my community tab. I would like you guys to scroll down where it says, this is all it's going to show. Hashtag Summer or Justice for Summer Wells. Gloves are off. Letter to prosecutor and judge. Under it, it says read more. You got to click on that read more to open it up. This is everything. Obviously, today's the 17th. As you can tell, I prepared this 2 days ago. And so you might want to change the date. But you just highlight, heard people say, I can't cut and paste. So what you do is you highlight and you come over here and you right mouse click and you see that copy, you copy it. You right mouse click and copy. Then you can take it to a Word document or other document. This is just my words. This is just a template that you can use. You can take this letter yourself if you'd like and just sign it and send it off. Or you can, just take the top half, the addresses to the attorney and the attorney's here and the judge is here and the style of the case. It's important that you keep the style on the case. The in re needs to be present on the letter so they know what case you're talking about. But you can write your own heartfelt letter if you so choose. You can. This is the letter I came up with. This is for the people that are in the rush, that want to have minimal time to do something to help Summer Wells. This is the minimal time. So I'm going to read the letter to you so you guys know what it says. So if you want to use this letter, you can. So it says, Dear Honorable J. Todd Ross and Kenneth R. Lavelle, Esquire. As you know, there is a hearing in the above style cause on February 7th, 2022. The factual information provided in this case, which shall include his criminal past, criminal conduct, and why Mr. Wells is deemed a danger and a threat to the public. It is your duty to make sure he gets the maximum sentencing under Tennessee law. Mr. Wells has thwarted the law and manipulated the justice system with his lengthy criminal history spreading across multiple states for over 30 years. It is my hope that you realize he is a threat and you do everything in your power to finally bring justice to the community that he has tormented for more than a decade when he moved to Rogersville. He is a convicted felon with multiple violent offenses in your county, including domestic violence, multiple DUIs, including ones that have never been prosecuted, child endangerment, which have never been prosecuted, felon in possession of a gun, intoxicated person in possession of a gun, open container, and now a missing daughter, which he very well may know information regarding her whereabouts. This is a very dangerous man. I have reviewed the prior charges and police affidavits in connection with Mr. Wells, and the stuff law enforcement hasn't charged him with is astonishing and a complete failure to this community, and has put the welfare of anyone that has come into contact with him in danger. To me, it appears Mr. Wells has been allowed to get away with a lot without being held accountable for his actions, which has in part led to the disappearance and potential death of his daughter, Summer Wells. You finally have an opportunity to put this dangerous criminal behind bars, and I hope you do just that. He has had over 30 years of habitual criminal history, including multiple burglaries, forgeries, dealing in stolen property, drugs, alcohol, and repeated violence upon persons and domestically. His 30 years of criminal conduct has spread across multiple states. When is enough enough? This man now has a missing daughter and is a person of interest in her disappearance, and has proven time and time again he is a danger to everyone around him. You have a great opportunity to finally put this man behind bars, and I feel it is in the best interest of the community that this man receives the maximum sentence under Florida or under the law. Maybe you guys might want to put Tennessee law. Please take this plea seriously and do what you can to protect the innocent residents in your county, and do what you should have done years ago. Thank you for your consideration. That is my letter about Summer Wells and how we can assist Summer Wells, to get some semblance of justice, some help. And, we need to separate Don Wells from Candace Wells so that, we can start applying pressure to Candace Wells. Candace Wells, we need to have a pressure campaign on once this man is locked up. Think about it. He is in trouble. He's already in trouble for a domestic violence. That means he was convicted of domestic violence and a host of other issues. And then he decides to go out and drive under the influence when they had already let him get away with the DWI back in October of 2020. Now he just got arrested, back on October 31st, 2021 with a DWI, among other charges. Following that, because he was still on probation for that October 2020 charge of the domestic violence, the gun, the open container, all that nonsense. He was already serving time. His time was the probation. So we have an opportunity to make him serve his sentence, his full sentence out on his October 14th, 2020 case. We have an opportunity to make him serve his full sentence for the violation of probation that he acquired on his October 31st, 2021 case. So we have an opportunity to put this man behind bars and give the investigators some breathing room. But what irritates me the most is that these people are doing nothing to try to get their children back. They're sitting up there on the top of that hill, still getting drunk, still using drugs. And it is astonishing that no law enforcement has put them behind bars yet. There's a statute of limitations for a reason, and they could easily find something to put them in jail for so they can start applying pressure on the Summer Wells case. I hope that they have been tracking their every movement. You can track people's movements without necessarily having eyes on them. So I'm hoping that they're tracking their movements, because it is my hope that they see everywhere they're going, even when they leave their cell phones at home. I don't know. There's no way that could have happened, Elle, and I'll tell you why. Because they were at the watering hole until about 2. They pack up from the watering hole. Macbeth is home by 2:30. There's no way he could have, they didn't go back to the house. They didn't go back to the mountain, to the Dirty Wells home. They didn't go back there. They went from the watering hole and went back to, and she was dropped off at her house, or at his house. Allie wanted to give the kids, Summer a hug and a kiss. She does all the time. Every time she comes over there, whether she's sleeping or not, she always gives that baby a hug and kiss. Candace refused to allow her to even roll down the window so she could, just give her a quick kiss on the cheek. She wouldn't allow her to even see that child. She kept the window closed. And I asked her, was this uncommon? She said, absolutely. I always give that child a hug, a kiss. And I said, even when she's sleeping, she goes, she wakes up to give me a hug and a kiss. So these are some events that are different than what they've done before, just like the whole cleaning of the house. They've been dealing with CPS for some time, yet they've never cleaned that house before. Why this time? That to me is very suspect. This whole planting of flowers, that again is suspect. I looked at that flower pot, the flower pot pictures that were taken that day, and there was already weeds growing in the flower pots. And the flower pots weren't flowers. They were cactuses. Who lets a 5-year-old girl plant cactuses? No parent that I know. I mean, I guess I could be wrong there. But even if she did plant cactuses, how did the weeds grow into those planters so quickly in a matter of hours? So these are the things that I listen to. These are the things I observe. These are the things that don't make sense to me. Does it make sense to anybody else in here? I don't know. Yes, G Crime, you may help. You can mail this letter in yourself. It's going to be wonderful because the way I see this is that, all the local letters will be coming in over the next few days. And as people watch this video and watch the other few videos that I have that I've been, campaigning for this mail campaign, that stuff's going to be trickling in. And then you got these overseas letters that are going to be trickling in. So it's going to be boom, boom, boom. It's just going to be a nice flow of these letters constantly coming into both of these offices. We are Summer Wells' army. We are the people that are fighting for her. I doubt that the parents, Summer Wells' parents, has even picked up the phone to find out what is going on in the case of their daughter. Parents that I know are on the phone on a daily basis, even 6 months. They are so annoying to law enforcement that it drives law enforcement almost up a wall. That parents, that of missing children are constantly calling them, asking for them information, asking if they found leads, asking if they know where their child is, asking. I don't see the Wells doing this. They're too busy, making a scene and trying to get in the newspaper, about Marissa stepping on the property to look for Summer Wells. And that wasn't even Don Wells that did it. Don Wells was fine with it when we were on the phone with him. Don Wells was laughing at his neighbor being crazy the day that she walked on there. But, that she wanted to check. She has that relationship with Don where she felt comfortable enough to walk on the property and check. I personally did not. Jonathan did not. And, we chose to stay on the road. That was a choice that we chose to make. Everybody is an adult. Everybody makes their own decisions. And, we've got him on tape not caring. The next day, when Candace actually legitimately called law enforcement, if she did, we called law enforcement. Marissa was going down there to file reports. Marissa showed law enforcement what she had done, showed law enforcement where we were on the road, showed law enforcement, what we were met with, the language that was used against us, the violent, erratic behavior that was being perpetrated while we were on public property. That's when Candace chose. We never stepped a foot on her property, physically on her property that wasn't public domain. I mean, that road is public domain. Even a portion of that driveway is an easement, a public easement. So there was nothing illegal about anything that we did, especially even Marissa that second day. So I don't know why Candace would say that we were on her property, because we record everything and you saw us on the street. The whole entire recording, you saw us on the street. And even if we went on their property a little bit, there is that public easement on every single property across the United States. So we would still have, even if she stepped 5 feet in on the property, she still would have technically been trespassing on their property because it is a public easement. So, this idea that, she was breaking the law or anything is just, in my opinion, untrue. I can tell you everybody else, as you can see in our videos, was out in the road. So if Candace does actually try to press charges against me for going on her property, I plan on suing her because that is a flat out lie. I've never stepped one toe on her property or even on the public easement portion of her property. My feet stayed securely on the road. I do that for my own protection, so there's no misunderstandings. I've been doing this for a long time. People know me as Bullhorn Betty because I protest. And the only way I'm able to protest lawfully is to know the laws and not skirt the laws, not push the laws. I don't. If any of my teammates choose to do that, that is on them. And, it's not going to change the fact, if somebody's willing to do it, do it. I wasn't willing to go over to that shed. Marissa was. Do it. I'd like to know what's in there. I'm just not willing to put myself in risk or jeopardy to find out. That's just me personally. So Marissa did. Marissa has, balls of steel, in my opinion. She got the job done. She got the job done. I can tell you that. Actually, she did. She said that Andrew Griffin is who she was referring to. She was talking, that male Andrew Griffin. She was talking about me. And she said that I trespassed on her property along with Marissa, AKA Molly Golightly. That was an absolute lie. And if it's in the police report and she signed a police affidavit to that effect, I do very well plan on suing her for slander because I was never on that property. I was never on that property. I never stepped one toe, even on their public easement. My feet were securely planted on either Ben Hill Road or on Beach Creek Road. I never touched the grass on their side. It just... actually, that's not true either, because when I was out there with Cam and Allie and I showed them, I kicked the leaves right there, but still, my feet were on the concrete, the Ben Hill Road. So, it's a $50 fine. It doesn't matter if it's a $50 fine. You're not going to sit there and tell me that I trespassed when I didn't. I was very respectful of my craft and my job, and I could do everything I needed to do by being on public property. I didn't need to trespass to do the job that I needed to do. And again, it's all recorded, and I record myself to protect myself. People want to make fun of me for constantly recording myself. Now you know why. In this scenario, it saves me. Just like in the scenario of Kathleen Moore and finding the potential murder weapon in her case and having to provide my DNA sample to law enforcement a couple of days ago. Again, I recorded where the knife was, and I was able to show law enforcement. I as a matter of fact, I've got to still send. I've been so bogged down with this case and, allowing myself to be infiltrated with the drama, which we are no longer going to do. And I forgot to send the videos over to Detective Toner. So I've got to do that today. I got to make sure that those videos showing where the knife was are sent over to him. So, we do try to help law enforcement. We do try to work with law enforcement. Clearly, there's things that we can do better. But, we learn each case. No case is exactly alike. Excuse me. So we're just going to keep trying and keep pushing through. I'm going to tell you personally my opinion. Okay. My opinion is something happened to Summer. Candace knows what it was. Candace had a hand in her actual physical disappearance along with her mother. I'm trying to decide. There's no proof whether Don Wells was a person after the fact, if he committed crimes after the fact, or if he's covering up, details related to it, if he's helping Candace get away with it. I don't know. I know he's showing signs of deception by his own body language. Every time I see him, the outburst he has. He's showing signs of deception. Candace is alarm bells are ringing based upon her body language alone, based upon her actions alone. So I know for a fact I'm on the right path. I know that just from the body language, just from this whole thing with this trespassing thing. We're on the right track. We're on the right track, folks, because she would not have done that if she cared about her child. She would have came down, introduced herself, told us that she has nothing to hide. Thank you for coming here. Thank you for looking for Summer. Please come on my property. I want to dispel any rumors. You guys are social media gurus, and you guys can help me stop the insinuations that we are involved. When we were in Moab, Utah, we had this guy that looked like he was the suspect on paper. He was a bad dude, a bad dude. We just knew it was him. We go there, and he was willing to talk to us. By the time our conversation was over, we knew he had nothing to do with it. Candace could have done that for herself. She chose not to. She chose to call the law. We always find the people that call the law on us. We even had the law called on us when Colin Knapp was upset that we were outside of his front door with signs of Kathleen Moore and asking every time he walked out that door, where's Kathleen? Her family is worried sick. Where is she? You could tell on his face he did something to her. You could tell he was responsible for her death. We could tell it. We felt it. Like, we got that vibe. You can't get vibes off of somebody without being face to face with them. You can't get vibes off somebody without being in the area of them. We got the vibes. We know what happened. Just like this case, we find out that it's the people that call law enforcement on us for doing our job are the ones that probably had a hand in whatever happened. Again, we come back to the person that disappeared. Who disappeared shortly after the disappearance of Summer Wells? How is it proper behavior for Candace Harrer, a.k.a. Grandis, the grandmother of Summer Wells, to decide to leave the state shortly after her disappearance? Many people know that have been following true crime cases for a long time. People that are responsible run. She was forced to come back, forced by law enforcement to come back. That doesn't seem like normal behavior for a grandmother that just lost her granddaughter. Her granddaughter's missing. It's kind of like whenever we found out that the Dirty Laundry parents decided to go camping with Brian Laundrie when Gabby was still missing. Like, who does that? Who does that? You got to think of these things. People are so adamant that, oh my God, I can't. But what if their daughter, what if they had nothing to do? Law enforcement doesn't believe that this was an abduction. If you listen very, very carefully to their statement, foul play was the first option that they put up there. That was for a reason, folks. That was for a reason. The first thing they said was they have no evidence of an abduction. After 6 months, they would have evidence, one scintilla, one little piece of evidence that this child may have been abducted. They've got none. They said that. They're keeping all possibilities open, though. But they're letting you know right there. They have no evidence. There is no abduction that could have. And when you go to this house, if you actually just go there, once you see where this house is, you will realize very quickly for yourself that there is no possibility some stranger can just go in that house and pull this child out and take them away. None. No possibility. You just have to go and look for yourself. Heather, yes, I do believe that to be true. I really do. I do believe that to be true. And I even said that, I think yesterday, if we find Rose and how she was disposed of, we will know how Summer was disposed of, because they're going to do the same exact thing that they did with Rose. And here's why. Because Rose has gone unsolved for 10 years. They had the secret sauce. They know exactly what to do. I mean, think about it, folks. Who in their family has a missing person? One person, let alone two. Within arm's length of the same two people, Candace Bly and Candace Hare, mom and daughter are connected to both of these. The last person to see both of these people alive. There may be a text message, but we had a witness come to us after the fact, after we had left there, that worked across the street. Now, I don't know if he came home early. That I don't know. But that worked across the street from Don Wells and did confirm that he was at work that day. So did he leave early? Maybe. Yeah, Chris, that's, this day and age, there's a lot of great technology out there. There really is. The technology is amazing with the sonars and radars, and, they don't even have to, back in the day, they had to jack up everything. They had to excavate everything to find, if, like, say a body was buried under concrete, they'd have to excavate, they'd have to pull that concrete up to find out if there was anything under there. And if there's not, they just destroyed a whole driveway and everything like that. Well, now they have ground penetrating products that's almost like a sonar. It bounces sounds and different waves back to them, and they can actually see pockets under those things versus having to jack the stuff up. Now, does that mean that, just because they see a pocket, that it's possibly a person? Of course not. It just means that there's a pocket under the ground that's not like anything else around them. The majority of the time, yes, if they're looking for a body and they see that pocket the size of a body, it's typically the body that they're searching for. So I hope that Wisconsin, I hope they're doing that ground penetrating thing. They can be used for concrete, from my understanding, as well as the ground itself. And, it could be something else. It could have been a different driveway. But the eyewitness testimony that we had is, I believe it was Rose's children, or maybe even Candace's children. I think it was Rose's children, because they were calling for mommy, and they said, "Mommy's right here," which, if they saw anything, kids say some of the darndest things, but they say it, they don't know how to lie. So here we go. And yes, thank you, Danielle. Thank you very much. You are absolutely right. Sound does travel. And in this case, it travels up the other side of the mountain. You know what I'm saying? So we had witnesses that pulled over to speak to us, to tell us how horrible and despicable that these parents are. Everybody knew their business. Everybody knew they didn't shower. Everybody knew that they didn't shower these kids but once a week. That once a week kept coming up over and over and over again from their neighbors. That's not a date or a time frame that we pulled out of our rear ends. This was what was told to us by eyewitness testimony out there. People that were literally waving us down to tell us their story about what they know about the wells. And one lady lives on the other side of the road, up a different mountain. And she says she can literally hear everything that goes on at that house, because that sound travels so far up that mountain. Sound travels in them hollers. And they know it's the wells, because the wells are the only ones causing disruption in that community. F-bombs every evening when they're drunk and they're fighting. They fight a lot, folks. They fight a lot. We only barely scratch the surface with these criminal incident reports and their arrest records and stuff like that. That's only the stuff that they called about. This stuff goes on the daily at their residence, on a daily. Every time we hear from them in the evening, both of them are drunk off their rockers and probably high because, as Candace said in those audios, Don is hanging with the crack man. Crack does a lot of crazy crack, and she's a meth addict, a known meth addict. Crack and meth are some mind-altering drugs. They don't make you think right. Even when you're not on them, the metabolite from those drugs are still in your body. It's still affecting your brain. You're still going on lack of sleep. Your brain is not functioning. You cannot function on those kinds of drugs, even sober. And there was also somebody that was saying something about, dogging our video about, 1-800 TBI fine, that we don't know any other number to their stuff. That is untrue. As many of you know, we sat there and talked to law enforcement for about 4 hours over a 2-day period. It was about an hour and a half one day and about 2.5 hours the next day that we were with law enforcement discussing this case. They weren't giving us information. We were providing information to them. I want to make sure that that's clear. We were providing information to them of what we found so it can help aid in the finding or prosecution of the people responsible for Summerwell's disappearance. So I wanted to make sure that that was clear. But they told us that is the number they wanted us, as social media influencers and YouTubers and TikTokers, to provide the public. That's the number that the law enforcement told us to provide the public. That is why we provided the public that number, is because when we left there, they made sure to remind us, please do not send people to this place. We need all calls to be fielded to 1-800 TBI fine. But again, people want to twist that around, and we were just honoring the wishes of law enforcement there at Hawkins County. We were providing the information they asked us to provide the public, if that makes sense. So yes, this is true. Behavior are very much red flags than anything else. So it's their behavior. Their behavior is not that of parents that believe their child was abducted or wandered off. They haven't called law enforcement. They haven't really worked hard to try to get their boys back. They haven't been really cooperative with law enforcement after the first couple searches. I'm sure that law enforcement needs to get some, search warrants in order to go back on their property. So, they would be writing, signing off any and all rights that they have for them to come on that property. They would give them carte blanche authority to come on that property to help locate their daughter. And they have not done that yet. And that's a problem for me, because I don't care if I was the biggest, bootlegger or moonshiner or weed grower or any kind of other illicit activities that could be going on. I don't care if my child was missing. I don't care. I don't care if I'm charged with those crimes. You come on my property, help me find my kid. Help me find my kid. My kid's important to me. Just do whatever you can. I'll deal with the consequences of what I've done, but my child's missing. Please find my child. This is not something that they did. And it's my understanding they don't have weed growing on their property. They're not bootleggers. They're not, moonshiners. So what's the problem? What's the problem? Somebody said this is not the first time I heard it. This is not the first time I heard it's possible. It's possible. Anything's possible, and these are brainstorming ideas that help us, get, think about places. And then once we start finding, we got a 4-hour period to fix, to figure out. And to me, how do we even know Summer even went back to that house after that water hole? How do we know? I can tell you that Candace's TikTok page from the 15th, it's pretty twisted, and I'd like to know when it happened. When did she post this video? Let me get to TikTok. I don't know which one it is. Shoot. But anyways, it was of Summer splashing in that water hole that day. And she's got it up the day that she went there to show that she was alive and in that water hole. It just, a lot of things are just odd. They don't really make sense. They just don't make sense about the whereabouts after. And I'm telling you that Macbeth had a profound behavioral change, that has never gone away since he returned that day. And I just really, really believe that something happened that day at that water hole. Not just the alcohol. Was the alcohol given to him to calm him down because of what happened? Thank you, Raven. You're so sweet. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you. We really have to consider everything here, But I'm not saying, we know that she abused her. I memean, physically abused Summer Wells. Summer Wells had bruises on her many times from her mother. She was psychologically abused. Candace would let the boys go to the convenience store and get candy, and Summer would want some candy, and she forbade it. She wouldn't let her have it. She let the boys have it. She psychologically abused that child. And when she was throwing a temper tantrum, she would whip her butt. How can you let 3 boys get candy and not let the 4th child get candy? I mean, how do you do that? How do you justify that? How do you justify that? That's psychological abuse, folks. That's telltale signs of psychological abuse. This child's hair was very thin. She was malnourished, so they weren't eaten properly. There was no locking doors on the bedrooms. There was no bathroom door. The house was filthy. It was overran by bugs. I got to tell you, I've been talking about how disgusting and deplorable this house is. And, my house is not the cleanest. I'm in my office. As you can see, I got a whole bunch of stuff on my desk. It's not, it's a livable house. I keep it, I try to dust, every couple weeks. My mother would be over here dusting every day if she could. That's just my mom. I'm not my mother. My house is lived in. It's just me, so I can clean. I don't have animals bringing dirt in my house, so I can clean once every 2 weeks, and it stays fairly clean dust-wise. Do I get bugs? Of course. When I moved into this house was a foreclosure. It was in pretty bad shape. I pulled out the kitchen, knocked down a wall, replaced the windows, and we had the house tented. I had some termites in the back room. I wish I wouldn't have spent the $1,100 to tent this house at the time. This is back in 2011, because only part of the house is wood. The rest of it's concrete block and petrified wood. I mean, this is like Dade pine, like no termite can eat through it. I didn't know that at the time, so I tented the whole house because I had termites in one area. I could have just treated that one area and saved myself a lot of money. But anyways, what I'm trying to get at is I didn't realize there was those German cockroaches in this house. So even through the tinning and the gassing of this house, these cockroaches didn't die. So we put a brand new kitchen in, countertops, everything. And I walked out my first night here after we did all this work and walked out to the roaches all over my counter. I am literally freaking out. I'm screaming. It's 2:30 in the morning. But you know what normal people do? They go and they get somebody that treats these things. At the time we bought this, we spent just about all of our money on this house and fixing it up. So the idea that I could just call an exterminator and fork out another $200 was crazy. So I went up to the bug place, the do-it-yourself bug place, and got professional stuff, put it in this pump sprayer, added the water, did the mixture and sprayed this whole house from top to bottom. Then we went and got that little peanut butter stuff, because that is the only thing that really works on German cockroaches. And we treated the house. It took me about 2 months to get this house rid of these roaches. And this was just a horrible experience. I have never had, it was just disgusting to me having these things. Like I was bleaching the countertops every morning when I woke up. So it's not like I don't understand having a bug issue. But this bug issue for them had been there for years. They never addressed it. They never tried. Right now, I have evidence of having a possible mouse in my house. So guess what? I just ordered $30 worth of mouse traps. I don't know how it got in, but I can tell you there's evidence of something running around my house. And it freaks me out, quite frankly. All eyes on you when you're sleeping. Like, put a new name to One Eye Open. I tell you what. So, it's being responsible and getting these things out. I don't have children. And I can tell you that I would be, if I did have children, I would call an exterminator. I would, break myself to get an exterminator. I wouldn't want my kids around at all. I'm an adult. I could deal with it. It was just me and my husband at the time. So it took us 2 months to get him out of the house. Guess what? The house is now rid of bugs. The only time we get like maybe a palmetto bug, which is like one of those stink bugs. It looks almost like a roach, but it's not. And we'll get that, that comes under the door when it rains really bad and stuff like that. That's normal. Everybody's going to have a bug or two, a lizard, this, that, and the other coming into their home. That is normal. We all deal with it. That has nothing. This is not what we are dealing with over at the Wells property. It's not what we deal with. They have mites, they have lice, they have roaches, they probably have vermin, and I have to think that, it's easy to get these things, but it's how you take care of them. They didn't take care of them. They just lived with them. I'm telling you that whatever is in this house, whether it's a little squirrel or it's a mice or it's a rat or whatever it may be, it's about to get killed. I got large boxes, small boxes. They are on the way. I should have them here, I think, in 2 days. It should be here between the 18th and the 19th. So whatever's here, it's going to be. Nice, Joe. I love that. So, yeah, so if I spray the perimeter of the house, and that's what we do. It's probably time for me to spray it again, but I don't have any bugs. I just see something that looks like I may have a little critter. And anybody knows it's not uncommon to get something in your house through the vents and something. So I've got to walk around here and make sure that the fascia and everything is, good and there's no holes, and, make sure that I'm doing my due diligence as a homeowner to keep these pests out. That's what we do. So we're going to be doing that here in the near future. I am going to see my mother today. But we really need your help on that, on our mail campaign. Again, for those that are just tuning in, go to my community tab of Bullhorn Betty. There's a letter there that it's 4 sheets of paper, 2 envelopes, and 2 postage stamps to help get Don Wells off the streets and behind bars as we try to break down this family and find out where Summer Wells is. I think with Don behind bars, Candace will break. I really truly believe that Candace will break if Don's behind bars. So we're doing a major mail campaign to Honorable J. Todd Ross and Kenneth R. Lavelle. The title of it will say #Justice for Summer Wells. Gloves are off. Letter to prosecutor and judge. You just click on read more and it'll pop up the letter. You can cut and paste. How you do that is you just highlight the letter. You write mouse click, you copy, and you add it to your Word document. You make it look all pretty. You print it out, you sign it, you mail it. It's as easy as that for those that don't want minimum effort. and minimum time. That's how you can help Summer. That's how you can help Summer's Army be her voice. But after being out there, you cannot convince me that these parents don't have anything to do with something. You just can't convince me of that. I hope everybody gets the opportunity to go out there and experience what we experienced. I think once you see where this house is, how far up the hill it is, the angle of this mountain to get to their property, the only way of getting really to their property is by their driveway. I think once you all see that for yourself, I think you will realize very, very quickly that there's no way of an abduction. There's no way of it. Listen, let's just YouTube moderator. Let's just get one thing clear. Clearly, you're just coming in, and we're not going to allow you to hijack this page. This is for Summer Wells. I do not get into the drama. If you're wanting somebody to feed in the drama, I suggest you go to a different channel. I do not want any part of it. I do not want any part of it. Marissa is my friend, and she is a teammate, and we work together. And I'm not going to explain myself to you or anybody else. But I'm not going to get into the drama. This is not my focus. It takes away from Summer Wells. And I hope that you refocus and, make your mission about Summer Wells, not about the drama. But if you want to be part of the drama, go ahead, but just don't do it on my page, please. That's all I'm asking. This is about Summer Wells. This is not about me. This is not about you. This is not about pettiness. This is not about YouTubers. This is not about anything. This is about finding ways to help Summer Wells and seeking justice for Summer Wells. And if you're not wanting to do that, please move on. I don't have time for you in here. It's pretty easy. So we're just going to keep going. This is a no drama channel. We're not going to bring it in here. And we're going to always side on the side of good integrity and good character. And sometimes it's very hard, when you're being attacked and pushed different ways. But even myself, I've got to remind myself every single day that it really truly is about our victim. It's not even about me. It's not even about me. It's not even about how I feel. It doesn't matter if I'm brokenhearted about this situation. It doesn't matter. What matters is Summer Wells. What matters is seeking justice for Summer Wells. What matters is her being applauded for the hero that she is, because she most likely lost her life to save her brothers. And we have to understand the real household dynamic. And it was deplorable. It was despicable. These were not good parents. They abused these children in multiple ways, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and psychologically. And this child never had a chance. She never had a chance. And we want to praise her. We want to honor her. We want to fight for her. We are Summer's Army. And I hope that you guys really, think long and hard about what you would like to accomplish. If your drama is what you would like to accomplish, this is not the channel for you. If helping Summer and helping victims of crime are, then maybe this is your channel. We have a lot of teammates. Our teammates are YouTubers and TikTokers. I behoove you to go subscribe to their channels. I behoove you to stay with my channel. But I'm not going to be pulled down into this this drama. I just won't. I'm not even going to bring up anybody's name. The only thing I'm going to say is Marissa's my friend, and I work alongside of her. She's never done anything wrong to me. She has fought for the cases that we have been on together. She's a professional with me. And that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to be one of these people that are going to go out there and attack her because everybody else is. I don't, if anybody knows my personality, I very, very rarely follow the peer pressure. I always talk about going against the flow. And in this case, that's what I'm going to do. Let's be respectful. And let's focus on Summer Wells and the other victims that we have on our cases. That's what we need. So I really hope you guys do that. We love you and we think you're beautiful people. And we have a lot of work here to do, and it takes all of us. And so let's go ahead and keep moving forward in the right direction. And let's keep the drama at the door. We don't have to always like each other. We don't always have to like what each other are doing. But at the end of the day, if we can find that common goal of helping a victim, if that's the only goal we have, that's the foundation that we can lay and have a prosperous relationship with, whether we have personality differences or not. So I'm hopeful that everybody is respectful to each other when these cases come up. I think it's very, very important that we work together and, knock all this nonsense and petty stuff off. It distracts from the victim. And right now, the only distraction from a victim is a 5-year-old little girl that is missing and presumed dead. So, I wish people would respect themselves and their character and integrity and how that looks across, the World Wide Web when you start going into these things, for everybody, all sides, So, but it saddens me that this stuff is going on. It does. So I'll leave it at that, and we'll just refocus back on Summer Wells and how we can help. And how we can help is get those letters into the judge and get those letters into the prosecutor. And I hope everybody does that. Okay, I will, Free Spirit. I will. Thank you. Thank you, Southern Mama. Thank you. We work hard. You guys got to understand this is not easy work, and it's easy to get frustrated because you're such, you're going on little sleep, you've got all this stuff going on. It's really easy to, get angry and get frustrated and snip at people and stuff like that. This is not easy. And I'm trying very hard not to get that way, but I can tell you it is trying some days. Some days are more trying than others. This morning I woke up, I gave my day to God, and we're just going to move forward. We're going to move forward in the message that He's having me bring to each of you. So I wanted you guys to see Olivia, Chronicle of Olivia's videos. She is doing an amazing job. Many of you know, many of you see her, many of you see her work. She really is amazing. So we are going to play a couple of videos here just to give you guys perspective. I hope you stick around. It's probably about, between the 3 videos, it's probably about almost 30 minutes of videos. So I'm going to do one. There's going to be some advertisements on them because I have them on the YouTube channel, her YouTube channel. So a Free Spirit, there's a lot of allegations that the church helped Candace, but I think those are rumors. I really do, because I'm telling you, with our interviews, the witnesses we had, we didn't get that impression at all. There's a lot of allegations and stuff from people that don't have firsthand knowledge. It's more hearsay if you get that. And then, of course, that is spiraled out, and then this commentator talks about it, and this commentator talks about it. I'm not saying that it can't be true. I'm just saying that we found no information related to that theory at all. And again, we spoke to a lot of witnesses in Rogersville, Tennessee, that had close connections with this case, as well as with Candace and Don Wells. So it's just I'm not saying that it can't be true. I'm just saying that it's hard to believe that it's true. So let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead and watch these videos. Just give me a few more. Actually, let me go ahead and pull one up now. Get it paused. Okay. All right, folks, let me get the volume off. Here we go. This is to explain about the police report that we were talking about earlier and what have you. Again, we did not step on the Wells property. Only one teammate did, and she has come forward and acknowledged that she's never denied that she stepped foot on the property. So, let's just get to it.
Candace Wells claimed that all of my friends trespassed on her property, but as we know, this is misinformation. Our friend Molly Golightly posted a video on social media of her walking towards and entering a shed on the Wells property. Later that day in a phone call with Don Wells, they both talked about it.
Yeah, I was at that house. I saw the shed. I just looked around. Not much happened except the lady down the hill started yelling like a lunatic.
Sorry, guys, I don't know.
She did. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, but I'm willing to be nice. All right. So let's forget about that. And I'm glad that you're willing to help. I'm glad we got to be on the same page. Somebody took her from our property. So can we work together? No. So can we work together?
No. According to the report, officers responded to a call on Thursday regarding criminal trespassing. If you haven't seen my last video, I suggest go watch that. Long story short, we were standing on public easement on the road across from the Wells driveway, chatting with two YouTubers. When all
I'm not sure where all this buffering's coming from. It shouldn't be happening. I got 5G, but I guess we're as good as our internet. So let me see if I can just
all of a sudden, a man began running down the driveway of the Wells.
All right, well, we're just going to have some problems with this one. Let's just move on to the next one. So sorry about that. Let's see if we can just...
Yelling profanities and acting erratic. Immediately after, Molly Golightly went to the sheriff's office to file a report. While she was there, she showed an officer the videos that we had taken, and he said that they would go out to the Wells property to see what was going on over there.
I did not step foot on the property, but it turns out that another YouTuber is trying to act as if they are working this case as search team. He's just a YouTube channel. And the thing is that getting all these messages yesterday that they were talking, just bashing me all over yesterday, and I confronted him about it, and he totally wimped out, just like Benny has twice. He did it last night on the internet, and he did it in my face. All cowards. They all want to talk until they see me show up. Do not threaten violence.
So we're going to continue, I guess, having buffering issues on this. I just wanted you guys to see what really happened.
And my thing is, we could have all been working together.
Yeah, and we could have all been working together. I'm not going to play with that video. There's some kind of technical difficulties going on with it. So we'll watch the search here. We're going to watch a video.
Drinking water before bed burns 46.
Sorry about that. Let me take this off.
Burning 2.5 pounds of fat.
5-year-old Summer Wells went missing 6 months ago on June 15th, 2021. She was last seen on this property. Have you seen her? These are her parents. They claim that she was abducted. Watch my friends and I as we go to Tennessee and find out for ourselves.
The Wells live right here. This is like 11-acre property. This is Ben Hill Road right here. This is Beach Creek Road, I believe. Main road, main drag. Turn here. This is the cemetery. This is a cemetery right there. Turn here, and then the Wells. And you can see the house there. You can see at the time the grandmother, Grandis, they call her, trailer in back of that home there. It seems like the Wells, we're going to go to a property assessor, but it seems like the Wells property is like this area, and there's like a creek. It's like a creek, like a horseshoe.
here to find the answers to that so we can bring justice to Summer Wells.
What about you?
Where's Summer Wells? This has been dragged long enough. It's time to find answers. It's time to direct action. What do the Wells know? Are they involved? Are they not involved? Who knows what? We're going to find Summer Wells. We're going to bring justice for Summer Wells and bring closure for the public and the whole world.
Why am I here? I have some questions. I want this to be resolved, and I also want to see if there's any way that we can help this family locate their child, help this community. We come here absolutely in peace. We come here to be a voice for Summer. I think way too much time has gone by that this little girl can't become a cold case. We want to help the family find their daughter.
And we want to debunk some things. There's a lot of rumors saying that the locals here are really scary. They're terrifying. They don't want to talk, shoot first, ask questions later sort of thing. But we don't think that. We think that people do want to talk and that they're getting a bad rep for whatever reason it is. And we want to talk to people, talk to anyone that wants to help.
Then your destination will be on the left.
The individuals or individual responsible for murdering or kidnapping Summer Wells, or both, are going to be in this courthouse very, very soon. And they're going to be held accountable, and they're going to be brought to justice. Hawkins County Courthouse, Rogersville, Tennessee, justice for Summer Wells.
Next, we went to the tax assessor's office. We asked for the parcel renderings of the Wells property.
Aww.
I mean, but you need a larger
Yeah.
format.
Yes, if possible. I appreciate it.
Yeah, the online rumors are like, oh, the locals here don't like outsiders inside the town.
We get answers.
Trying to find a missing girl.
Some people here don't.
Oh, yes.
But that's not the majority though.
Anybody that's willing to look should be left alone.
We're just trying to find answers, trying to get closure, trying to get justice, trying to find her, just trying to get an idea about their area around their home, maybe do some searching around there, search maybe the creeks, maybe some of the vacant lots, anything.
Yeah.
To try to make a difference and help. Okay, so for instance, I'm from Florida and you have a home, but you can't by law put like other trailers on the property. Is that allowed here in Hawkins County?
In the county, it is.
It is. So you can
In the city, you probably couldn't put two homes on the same property. But out in the county, yeah, you can put multiple homes on the same.
If we wanted to just find the rules and regulations regarding that, where would we go?
We don't have any zoning, so.
The deed could have restrictions.
Yeah.
So an individual could put restrictions on it before they sell it. Or it could be a subdivision restriction.
Right.
All of that would be recorded with the deed or with the registrar's office across the hall.
So go over there, try to get that information.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it would give you the information. If it's part of a subdivision, then it would refer to that subdivision and she can pull the subdivision regulations up.
I appreciate it.
We asked some of the workers if they had heard about Cornbread Mafia, and they said they had never heard of such a thing.
Broader.
I want to bring awareness
Yeah.
and spotlight so it doesn't become a cold case.
So did you all watch the Dr. Phil?
Yeah, we watched
we
that
did.
before we came up here.
Yeah, what the heck was the?
We didn't even know.
Yeah, is that a thing?
I said, how dare you?
I've been here all my life and my family's from East Street, so.
Claim deed, which, usually they have general deeds, special deeds. This is a quitclaim deed, so.
And this is on the Wells.
This is on the Wells property. We were over at the property assessor's office. We were able to get, a little, rendering of the thing, as well as some legitimate, aerial footage on larger paper. These people have been, I would like to express something here. We, as many of you know, through the things that we were seeing on the internet, that we were told that this was going to be a really ugly place to deal with. We were going to have a lot of problems here. And so far, being here in Rogersville, people have been absolutely kind. They have all been willing to help.
We are here, searching for information on a 5-year-old missing girl named Summer Wells. And this is what we're here for. We didn't know what to expect as in all cases that we deal with, but so far it has been a warm welcome. And we are just going to continue moving forward with our day. Justice for Summer Wells.
So where would we go to get, we're not from here, where would we go to get arrest records and to see sheriffs and maybe detectives? What I need is I need to speak to a sheriff and a detective on a case. It's the Summer Wells case, and I also need to get some court record or some arrest records. Which entity is the lead investigator on this, and who's the lead investigator?
We wanted to speak to Sheriff Ronnie Lawson, but he wasn't there that day.
So far, everybody we've spoken to, the sheriff's office, the clerks at the county courthouse, the administrative building, everybody has been so helpful, so cooperative. They want the community to show love and support and help find this young child that's missing. In many cases, these people have their own children, and would never want something like this to happen. We've confirmed, that the police are doing, the sheriff here is doing everything they can. They're working in conjunction with TBI. The FBI has had some involvement in this case, and we're really trying to bring awareness to Summer Wells. We're trying to bring some answers to law enforcement as well as her family. And, it is confirmed. These guys know what they're doing, and they've done a lot out here to try to find her. What I find surprising is, I read body language, and it seems this is hitting a little close to home. They realize that, people that love each other do terrible things to each other.
Absolutely.
And, this is not, what we hear on the internet is not going to deter us from our objective, which is to find more answers in connection with the missing person of Summer Wells. And we're going to continue to execute our strategy and try to find more answers.
Andrew, can you confirm what the detective told us about what people on the internet are saying about this county and how they're coming up with the most negative speculations? They've never been here. And then when people do decide to come here, they ask stupid questions like, have you thought of bringing out helicopters? They were very insulted by that.
They're very insulted by some of the people and some of the people's speculation on the internet. These people have been working around the clock. They're still receiving tips every single day.
1-800-TBI-FIND.
If you have any answers in connection with Summer Wells, you're asked to call 1-800-TBI-FIND. I'm pretty sure you can make an anonymous tip there. So we want to, start pouring in the tips, not the speculation. If you live around here or you know something or you know somebody that knows something, please help this young child. She's been missing for 6 months. We don't know where she is. We're just getting started, but we need some help.
So you came in here, you got some records, right?
We got lots of records.
So we did ask for, we got to go and get some incident reports, but we did ask for the arrest record of Don Wells. We would like to investigate him and his background a little more, Candace's background, Grandis's background. We are trying to seek answers. Right now, to the best of our knowledge, Don Wells was not at the house at the time of Summer's disappearance. That's only leaving 2 adults that have not truly fully answered the questions the public as well as the sheriff and investigators have. And that's Candace Wells and Grandis Harrer. So, and her name is also Candace. So we're still looking, we're still digging. We're going to get to the bottom of something. I feel that something, I think we're going to be able to provide 1-800-TBI-FIND something.
So you notice you came in here, asked for some sheriffs and asked for the arrest records, and they were very cooperative. They actually brought out a few sheriffs, sat down and talked to you while someone went inside their office to get the records. They didn't feel it was a burden. They didn't, kind of be like, really?
They did not have an ego issue here. When we were in Moab, for example, and we were dealing with Lieutenant Kim Neal, he was so uncooperative. He was so pompous. these people are really sympathetic and empathetic to this young child, Summer Wells. And I've got to say that these people here really truly want answers, and they don't care how they get them. They don't care who's involved. They know it's been 6 months, and they realize that they don't have enough right now to do anything. Hopefully, maybe some tips that we receive over the next couple days might be able to spark something. It may not, but we are going to do the best that we can as a team collectively to help this young child that's missing.
Where are you going next?
We're going to go over to the clerk of courts. We're going to see if we can look at any court records that involve any of the three that we're talking about. The Grandis, which is grandma, Candace, which is mom, and Don Wells, which is obviously dad.
It's got the arrest records of Donald Wells, Don Wells, Donnie Wells, Candace Wells, Candace Bly, Candace Harrer, Heharer. Sheriff's office here, they're still looking for Summer Wells. Summer Wells right here. They're still looking for Summer Wells. Any information that you know about the Summer Wells case, contact the sheriff's office. They were very cooperative, very nice, very respectful, and I appreciated them for doing their work. They're doing a great job on trying to find answers. They're working very hard. They're putting their officers and their deputies and law enforcement, including the TBI, they're putting their lives in danger trying to find Summer Wells by searching. They're not stopping. We're not stopping. The citizens aren't stopping. If you're out there and you know any information about Summer Wells, please contact law enforcement. And
1-800-TBI-FIND.
1-800-TBI-FIND. Justice for Summer Wells.
Next, we stopped at Hawkins County Dispatch Center to see if we could collect any complaint records.
So we're here at the dispatch center. We were just over at Hawkins County Sheriff's Office. Great group of people over there. We're looking for any dispatch calls that have gone out to 110 Ben Hill Road. And so they referred us over here to their dispatch center to acquire those documents.
So how far are you going to go back with all the calls to?
We're going to try to look at 10 years. We're looking at 10 years of calls out there, what they responded to, how many times they've gone out there, things of that nature.
And that would be the Wells home.
That would be Don and Candace and Grandis Wells home.
So I'm thinking we need to get the complaint cards. We'll review the complaint cards and come back in here for the audio that we want.
Now, we only keep audio for 18 months.
18 months. So
you're saying there is some audio within the last 18 months?
No, that I would have to, that would take some time to go into our recorder and see. I've not looked at that.
I think we need to get the incident cards and then we can have them look into the audios based upon that. I really do.
I can tell you the date range of the incidents if you want that.
Yeah, well, we can determine that from the incident cards, right? Like once we get the incident cards, we just look at them 18 months back and see which ones would have audio to them.
But nothing.
Nothing related to.
I can't really see anything
because of the current investigation.
Because TBI is attached to it, that makes it sealed records.
Right. Do you want to get the complaint cards?
Yeah, I want to get the complaint cards.
Okay, so mainly.
Because the fact that nobody's asked for them yet, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like no one has.
One domestic, and then the rest are animals, right?
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, I just scanned.
He just did a cursory scan.
Domestic, one, I think I might be sending an animal complaint. There's just, one of them's a medical call.
We're filling out a request. It's $10 per incident card.
Okay.
So we're going for the last 10 years.
So he's going to tell us how many there are.
There are, so we can.
So maybe we'll just go, a few of them or something.
Okay. So right now, we had the opportunity to request the call log from the Wells house, and he said that there were multiple calls, and for each one they would cost $10. And I agreed. We paid for it. They're printing them all out. They had to just take a minute to redact social security numbers and sensitive information, but there are a bunch of other calls which are mainly animal rescue and the like. But what we're looking at are calls when they were made, by who, when the police in the county had to go out there for domestic violence.
Beach Creek isn't as bad as it used to be. Beach Creek used to be an area that law enforcement went over there. They would cut down trees in front and behind the cruisers to block them in.
Wow.
It's just a rural area that's policed on their own, so just be careful.
Yeah.
You probably won't have any self-service.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Come here, so.
the next call you get from there will be they found Summer Wells to bring justice to her family. A lot.
For that, yeah.
So we ordered the complaint cards for incidents that have happened at the Wells residence, which is 110 Ben Hill Road. We did find out that there were 2 audios that are available. We did order those. Those were domestic related. So that means those happened within the last 18 months. They only carry audio for 18 months, and we ordered the 2 audios. So it sounds like there's, we watched this go on in domestic cases where there's a point of events when people start spiraling. We start seeing a chain reaction of events. So I think this is the start of some chain reaction of events that started in the last 18 months, maybe previously, but getting bad enough that, officers are starting to get involved. We saw it with Brian Laundrie and Gabby Petito. We saw it over just recently with the Kathleen Moore case. And, now we're looking into the cards that Molly and her donors, her sponsors,
Thank you, everyone.
Were able to pay for. Yes. We've got them in our possession. We are now ordering the audios and should have those in the near future.
So print cards are incidents?
Incident reports. So that basically means that law enforcement was called out to that residence for an incident, whether it was an animal, whether it was a domestic, whether it was a peeping Tom or anything of that nature. Anytime law enforcement was reached out to make presence, make a personal presence at the residence, there's an incident card.
And you guys now have
And
these ready.
yes, and the secretary did say that he weeded through a lot of them and just thought that we should have the most important ones.
So there was more.
There was a lot more because of animals, and he skimmed through them. He thought these were the most important because they involved domestic violence calls.
Paints a picture.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Next episode, we drive to the Wells property. Stay tuned for what happens next.
So there you have it, folks. That's some of the work we did. That was hours and hours and hours of work that she managed to cram into an 18-minute video. It took her hours upon hours to create that 18-minute clip. So there's a lot of work that goes into this. There's a lot of work that goes into putting a production like that out to you so you can see what work we're doing. So this idea that, I've heard some people say some, bad things about what we're doing. Well, that's what we're doing. And if that's somehow a scam or not helping or not bringing truth to this channel, I don't know what is. I really don't. But we work very hard. We worked very hard, and it was rough. This case is rough, no doubt. This case is definitely rough. So, and we do appreciate each and every one of you guys being here. I don't know what to say about everything else going on, but we really have to fight for Summer Wells. We're doing a peaceful protest, January 7th through the 11th at the TBI building. In Knoxville, Tennessee. We are welcoming anybody and everybody that would like to come out there and be part of Summer's Army and be her voice. She is, her life matters. She is a hero. She saved her brothers. And we definitely want to praise her as that. This channel is designated to the victims and the victims' family in most cases. This family doesn't deserve to be labeled as a victim, because I truly believe in my heart of hearts that the parents have something to do with her disappearance. I don't know if it was from violence or if it was from an accident. What I can say is that Macbeth had a profound behavioral change when he was returned home at 2:30 in the afternoon from the water hole. He has never been the same since. That's what I can tell you. To me, that is telling in and of itself. So that's where I work, where I'm at. I noticed that there was also a 160 Ben Hill Road shed, which was the original house. Do these files cover that area too? Yes, those files cover that area too. And yeah, I also saw some questions in here about Candace Harrer, which is the grandmother, Grandis, in Tennessee, in Rogersville, Tennessee, there were no arrest records for Grandis or Candace. So that's Grandis Harrer, which is also Candace Harrer, or her daughter, and Summer's mother, Candace Bly / Candace Wells. There were no arrest records. All the arrest records in Rogersville have been Don Wells. But we have a lot of record requests out. I mean, we do a lot of work behind the scenes that people don't even over and above these videos and the work we did on the ground. Jonathan Riches he's a master at getting public records through public record laws. And so he has reached out to all these different states that they've lived in to get those records. That's how we were able to get those young photos and mugshots of Candace Bly. She's obviously had some major problems since she was a teenager because she was very young in many of those photos. And so what we're doing right now is we're initiating a major mail campaign, which goes to the prosecutor as well as the judge. Anyone around the world that is watching this live can participate in. It is on my YouTube channel under the community tab. Scroll down, you'll see a posting that says hashtag justice for Summer Wells, gloves are off, letter to prosecutor and judge. You'll click on the read more. You'll highlight all of that. It has the addresses for both the prosecutor and the judge and the style of the case. Those are important. So if you use the letter that I have prepared, the template, it'll be 4 sheets of paper, 2 envelopes and 2 postage stamps. That's all your commitment is to help participate in this mail campaign. You're more than welcome just to steal the addresses for the judge and the prosecutor and the style of the case, and write your own heartfelt letter to the judge and prosecutor about this case. You don't have to use the standard form. It was just something for people that wanted minimal time and minimal commitment to have something that they can quickly print off and sign and send out. So we want to make sure that each person is able to participate. Many people have been asking me how they can help. With this case, this is how you can help. We need to get Donald Wells, which is a 30-year career criminal, off the streets. His career history spreads across many states, 5 or more states. So he has been, and his criminal history includes violence, includes drugs, includes alcohol, includes forgery, includes robberies, and includes dealing in stolen property. So we still have some people trying to bring drama into this channel. There is no drama in this channel. We will not be baited. We will not give into that. This channel is for Summer Wells and other victims that we work. So if you guys want to send hate here, you're in the wrong chat. I'm just going to block you so you can't spew your hate anymore. I don't care how you feel about me. I don't care how you feel about Jonathan. I don't care how you feel about Olivia. And I don't care how you feel about Marissa. What I can tell you is that all that matters at the end of the day is the victims. And if you want to help the victims, let's help the victims. Otherwise, please find another channel. There's no need for you to be here. If you don't like the content and don't like the work we're doing, there's no need for you to be here. And I'm perfectly fine saying that. So getting on. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Yes, we're tired of this being turned into the shit show, excuse my language, but and I'm watching it infiltrate people's pages that it shouldn't, that have been dedicated to this case. We want to unite for a common goal. Our common goal is justice for Summer Wells. And we want to make sure that we pray for her brothers, and help, this case. And how we can help right now is we can get Don Wells behind bars. The strategy we're going to use is a massive mail campaign, worldwide, worldwide mail campaign to help facilitate letting the judge and the prosecutor know enough's enough. This man has been a menace to society in this county for well over 10 years. He's a violent criminal, and it's time for him to be held accountable for his actions, because we want his actions to stop, and they're not going to stop until he's held accountable for them. If he keeps getting slaps on the wrists and keeps getting put on probation, his conduct will never change. He will never get sober. He'll never get clean, and he'll never tell us the truth. So we all have to work together to figure out this case. And, we are heels on the ground. We did go and do our due diligence. We did all the back work to make us knowledgeable about the personalities we were dealing with, what kind of people we were dealing with. And, going to the, getting backgrounds, getting criminal, getting the arrest records, getting the conviction records, because many of you know, I don't care about the arrest record. It's all about the convictions. It's all about the convictions. What have they been able to prove? Because, just from my personal experience, I know that it's easy to have somebody thrown in jail on false allegations, where they're later dropped, usually within a few days, for fabrication. So we want to hear and see the convictions. So at any rate, as many of you know, I have lunch with my mother today. I'm going to be meeting with her in about 2.5 hours. I've got to get dressed, showered. I want to curl my hair and look nice for my mom. I haven't seen her in a little minute because I've been working so hard on these cases, and I spend more time with you guys than I do my family. I do. It's the truth. It's a true statement. And I love waking up with you guys. I'm sorry I was a little late this morning, but it sounds like it's been pretty exciting for the people that have been watching all this stuff play out on YouTube. Unfortunately, I have made a commitment to Summer Wells' case, as well as me and my team, that we're not going to be sucked into it. We're going to have hate come toward us. And I hope you guys see that we are really trying to keep our character and our integrity intact through this trying time. We realize we're shaking the trees. We are doing things that people aren't doing. And, we're not trying to be disrespectful to them in any way, but we are trying to get answers, and we do it the way we do it. They do it the way they do it. I'm just not one for just being a commentator. I want to know true facts, and I don't trust anybody to get those true facts except myself, for me, So I really just like to stay focused on the cases. And I think everybody here appreciates that. And I appreciate all of you that appreciate that. I mean, out of the 303 people in here, I think we've had like maybe one or two nasty remarks that tells us that, the people in here truly have their hearts in the right place and truly want to help if they can. So how you can help me is like, share, and subscribe. So please share this channel to other people. We have went over 5,000 subscribers. We have increased our subscribership by 5,000 people in 28 days. In 28 days. That is profound. That is amazing. It is a big kudos to all of you that are truly, trying to find answers, trying to make your own mind up about what has happened. And we're not here to sway your mind. We're here to give you what we found. And that's what I feel Olivia captures in her videos. I think it really, without the videography and the editing and her work on this case in a digital format fashion, I feel that you guys wouldn't have a true perspective of the truth. I really think she's got a gift that just explains things in such a way that people understand, they get it. And we love that. We love that. We are very blessed to have her as family and as part of the team. She is, I always say she's almost my best friend because she's more family than a friend. I call her mom when we're on the road. Olivia's mom is mom. I mean, Jonathan calls her mom. I call her mom. Olivia calls her mom. She's mom. And we are one big family. You know, it started out, you know, we are collaborating with Marissa with the Heels on the Ground, which I think is a beautiful initiative that's going to help our team get where it needs to deploy, where it needs to go, and gives us the financial backing to get the stuff we need, such as, you know, the incident cards, $10 a card. What if there was 15? That's $150 right there. You know, the audios were $25 a piece. What if there were 5 there? Again, you're looking at like $500 to $1,000 to get records from this county. And, you know, that is stuff people don't realize. There's hard costs in this. You know, our hotels, you can't find a decent hotel for under $100 a night. You know, car rentals, if anybody's rented a car lately, those aren't cheap. Gas isn't cheap. Nothing's cheap anymore, folks. Nothing's cheap anymore. Mar, I've subscribed to the memberships. I don't think that they are available yet. Let me just check. For the memberships and stuff, you got to go through a process. They've got to review it. They've got to approve it. YouTube has to do that, you know, review it and approve it. Let me just see where we're at. Yesterday, I was at 92%. We are going to have, I am approved. I can turn it on now. So there's not really a whole lot. I'll be honest with you right now. We're going to be building this page. And as we build this page, I just turned on the memberships. But you're really just supporting on a monthly basis the work that we're doing right now. There's not going to be really any perks coming out. You know, when we have these cases are not going to be for membership only because we need to get it out to the largest audience. I will start writing and doing some other articles that are, you know, beneficial to you, help, you know, some of the stuff behind the scenes. Those will be coming out. That will be rolling out in the near future. It really will be. But for right now, when you guys are supporting us, I got 4 different levels. You're just supporting us on a monthly basis if you so choose to do that. But there's not going to be really any heavy perks right now for no matter what level you're at, whether you're at the bronze, silver, gold, or platinum level. As we build this channel, you know, those will start elaborating on those types of perks that come with it. The only perk that the platinum get over all of these is that we will do online video collaboration. You will have priority over that. So if you want to come on my panel to speak, you will be able to do that at that platinum level. So that's the only real perk. There's merchandise discounts with the gold level, but honestly, I am planning on doing some merchandise, some Bullhorn Betty merchandise to help. I don't know if there is a link. Let me see. It might have to be refreshed. Okay, let's see if this works. There we go. So if you want to join, the lowest, the bronze plan is $3.99 a month. If you want to contribute $3.99 a month to our cause, you may do so. I just want to make sure. Oh, thank you, Miss Robin. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We do appreciate that. Thank you so much. But I just want to let you know, you just are contributing to our cause on a monthly basis, whatever you'd like. There's 4 different levels that you can choose to become a member of, and we appreciate all the love and support that you give this channel. And everything like that. Thank you so much, guys. You guys are amazing people. You really are. And I hope that we're doing right by you by bringing this stuff out to you and letting you see the work that we are doing. I feel that that is transparent. Many of you know that there are going to be hard costs that are involved. I mean, my car, I mean, to be honest with you, Marissa and her donors not only paid for, thank you. I love you guys. You guys are amazing. Not only paid for all of our expenses associated, because I tried to raise money on this channel, and it was Oh, yes, you were. You were my first member, and we're gonna have to remember that. We're gonna have to remember that you were absolutely my first. Not ICU. Thank you for Mar. Thank you for being a member. But I just want to point this out. Where is it? I saw it. Where is it? Miss Robin, Holly, Miss Robin. She was my absolute first member as we did this. Thank you guys. You guys are amazing. I appreciate the love and support. The monthly stuff really will help us and, in the long game. So I appreciate it. All you guys are so amazing. I'm just in love with you guys. I appreciate it. But I do also want to make sure that you guys are, that you guys know up front that there's not a whole lot being rolled out right now. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you, Artsy. I appreciate it. There's not whole lot. We're going to be building this channel. And as we build this channel, there's going to be more things that each level gets that the other levels don't get. But for right now, you are just supporting our causes on a monthly basis for right now, whatever you'd like to do, whether it's $3.99, $9.99, $19.99 or the $49.99 program. We will be building, I promise you. It's going to take a little minute for me to figure out, what I really want to do with this channel. But the primary focus is helping these families, helping the victims, getting people out there to, especially in these colder type cases, because usually, law enforcement has already beat their head against the wall. Sometimes, and that's what people don't understand, is that sometimes having fresh eyes on something or thinking outside of the box differently. Oh, thank you. Thinking outside the box a little differently really does help. It really does. For example, law enforcement has been speaking to some of these people several times, and we were able to go there because we weren't law enforcement, because we weren't private investigators, because we were just us, and having a conversation with them, just a woman-to-woman conversation in some of these cases, and talking to them and asking them questions. They opened up to us. They told us stuff that they didn't even tell law enforcement. Either they forgot to tell them, they were scared to tell them, they didn't want, sometimes law enforcement gets up and, thank you. Sometimes just, they forget things, as they're talking all together. It's just like any other conversation, when you're around a table and you're talking to your friends, it's like somebody will say will pop something in your head. It's like, oh crap, I forgot about that. We need, this happened. That is really what we find happens. And we are able to help the case because we're talking, we're asking different types of questions because we're not trained in this way. We have some leverage and latitude because we're not law enforcement. So we fall under different guidelines than law enforcement. We have the Constitution that we have to follow, but we don't have inside protocols we have to follow. We don't have to be ethical. We don't have to be, we can harass. Oh, thank you, Alibi. Thank you. And what I mean by ethical, we're obviously upstanding citizens and things of that nature. But what I mean by ethical is that there's a standard of conduct, ethical practices that law enforcement has to use that we're not required to use. We're not required to. And, we just have a different set of rules being private citizens than law enforcement or prosecutors. And we use that for our benefit to help crack some of these cases and get additional information. Our information is given to law enforcement if it's pertinent to the case. We want to help these cases. We're not here to hinder these cases. And I know that it's going to be alleged as we, forge forward with this heels on the ground and start bringing content to you from these cases personally to you, it's going to upset people that aren't doing that. So, I understand that, it is, we're breaking into a new area. And, we're going to have those struggles. We're going to have the anger that comes with the changing because people have gotten kind of comfortable doing the same thing that they're doing. We don't want the same results. We want to actually help these cases. We just don't want to talk about these cases. We want to bring these cases to the spotlight. And let's see here. Bliss, I'm blocking you because I don't need this drama in my chat. I don't need it. I don't. As I said before to everybody, good morning, everybody that's just coming in. We are not going to go into the drama on this channel. This is about the victims. This is about, in many parts, the victim's family. Candace Wells and Don Wells do not fall in the victim's family. The victim's family for us in this case is her brothers, and we want to seek justice for them as well. I want to reiterate that this channel will never be sunken or taken in by the drama. I don't care what people say about me. I don't care what people, how they want to drag me into these petty issues. We're not going to give them that platform to do to us. I really don't care. There's nothing that anybody can hold over my head. My past is in my past. They will never have mine here and now or my future. And we're going to stay out of all the drama related to this YouTube infighting over this case. This is about one person and one person only, Summer Wells. It's not about me and it's not about you. If you want to be part of the problem, be part of the problem, but do it elsewhere. If you'd like to be part of the solution, I'd love to work with you. How we can be part of the solution is getting our mail campaign out and off the ground. We've already got many people that have already sent their letters off. They have already sent their letters off. If you go to my community tab on Bullhorn Betty YouTube page, scroll down to hashtag Justice for Summer Wells. Under that, it says gloves are off. Under that, it says letter to prosecutor and judge. You can cut and paste that letter, or you can just steal the addresses and case style and write your own passionate letter to the courts and to the prosecutor about Donald Wells. Guys, this is how we can help. Yep. Some people have already started sending their letters in, but this is how we can help get one dangerous criminal off the street, even if it's not in Summer's name. It's not for Summers. It's not related to the Summer Wells case. It is related because it's still violent activity. It's still criminal activity that was perpetrated by Donald Wells, but it's time to make sure he's held accountable for that. He's been skating entirely too long on and manipulating the justice system to stay out and to keep getting on probation. It's not working. And now his daughter is missing. It's not working. And now his daughter is missing. And we want to get him off the streets. We want to break this cycle. We want to break this protection he is providing Candace Wells. I think if we can get him locked away and away from Candace Wells, at some point, she will break. She will tell us where Summer Wells is. For those that are tuning in, we that don't know what we did, we actually went down there. We did some investigating of our own. We're investigative journalists in most cases. And we asked questions we found witnesses, we found witness testimony. Multiple people stopped us. Multiple people shared their experiences with the Wells. Thank you. Thank you, Jen. And we were able to put it in, digital format. Olivia's a masterful genius, and she is able to show you guys the work that we've done out there. It was a lot. It was extensive. It was from top to bottom. We are leaving no stone unturned. We want to paint a picture for our audience as to why we're coming up with the opinions that we are coming up with. And the opinions that we are coming up with are based upon factual information, eyewitness testimony, and information that we have collected while we were in Rogersville, Tennessee, is that there is no possibility, and TBI has confirmed there is no evidence of an abduction. You're looking at two possibilities after you remove the abduction, and that's that she wandered off into the woods, and the other one is foul play. In their statement, they indicated foul play first, and that is very important, and you guys need to pay attention to that. The reason why I do not believe that this child has ran off and got lost in the woods is because she has been taking care of herself more so than any other 5-year-old girl that I know. Her mother did not watch her when she was at the house. In many cases, was drunk and passed out. So if she had wandered off, this time she had wandered off many times in the past and always made her way back home. Furthermore, there has been such a heavy presence in and around that area and searches in and around that area, including canine cadaver, as well as scent-specific dog searches out there, and they cannot find her. If she was lost in those woods after 6 months, her body would have been found by now. So that eliminates that idea. So we're eliminating, just by process of elimination, we have eliminated and ruled out that there's an abduction. We have, through process of elimination, we have determined and ruled out that she didn't just wander off. And that leaves us one other option, and that's foul play. So now we go back to the timeline and look at it and find out who was the last person that saw, Summer Wells alive. And that was Candace Bly Wells. Now we go and say, okay, how can we prove that Candace had something to do with her disappearance and possible death? We need to find out that it factor of major behavioral change. And then we interview eyewitness testimony that say the 15-year-old boy that was with Candace that day has never been the same since he came back from that water hole. Boom. There you're having a different kind of perspective of what happened to the case. That is how you get to facts of a case. That's how you make determinations on which way a case is going and how you present it. So if it wasn't for this profound behavioral change with the 15-year-old boy that was with Candace, I would say that maybe nothing happened at that watering hole. But now that we know that this has happened and that boy has never been the same again, we believe that something more nefarious has happened to Summer Wells at that watering hole. And then when we investigate it, the 15-year-old boy acknowledges that Summer went under the water. She struggled under the water. She went under. And people are like, well, she only went under 15 seconds. It doesn't matter how long. You can be under 5 seconds. And if you swallow a whole bunch of water in your lungs, it doesn't matter how long you were under that water. What matters is the amount of water that got in your lungs during that time. She could have been floating. That could have been what was so traumatic for him. They may have had to do CPR and thought she was okay when she spit out the water and started breathing on her own, not realizing that she needed immediate medical attention. We found that Candace, one of her sons sliced his foot open real bad and needed stitches, and she refused to take him to the hospital because she didn't have insurance. So who's to say once Summer came to from that water incident that she thought she was okay and didn't need medical attention when she needed medical attention, immediate medical attention. So these are the things that you have to think about. Other things that you have to think about is we were told by multiple Hawk Don Wells, we do have a confirmation that he was at least at work at some point that day. How long he was there, we have not determined, but he did show up to work that day, that morning. He was at work. We do have an eyewitness testimony putting him at his job. But getting back to Summer, she had, she may have very well had what people refer to as a second drowning, where she seemed to be okay, but because she didn't get immediate medical attention when she needed it, she succumbed to those injuries that she had received at that watering hole. And does that mean Candace murdered her daughter? No, it means she was negligent. She definitely had a contributing factor to the death of her daughter. And then she may have known that. And we don't know whether or not somebody's referring to it as a dry drowning. And we don't know if that baby ever even made it back to that mountain, made it back to Ben Hill Road. We don't know. What I can tell you is that there was some really freaky photograph that was done with her perched up on a couple milk cartons. Many of you, I asked you guys to do the milk jug challenge. The milk jug challenge was going into your refrigerator and getting your milk. I don't have milk here because I don't drink milk. I don't even drink it in my coffee. I put 2 sweeteners in it. I don't even have sugar in here. But I had you guys do the milk jug challenge, where you guys went into your refrigerator, took a full gallon of milk and stuck it up to your face to see how long it would start burning. Many people said it took, just a few minutes, 2 to 4 minutes before it started burning so much. The majority of them said that. Some said 15 minutes, some said 30 seconds. But the majority was 2 to 4 minutes. I went back and checked. The majority was 2 to 4 minutes before it started burning your skin from the cold. So we saw Summer perched up on these milk jugs, and there was purpling around the cuticles of her fingers. That is pretty significant. That photo is very damning. And that photo was taken that day after she left the watering hole. Maybe her grandmother did think she was just sleeping. But at some point, they realized this wasn't good. They freaked out. First of all, Giant, that is not true. Again, you're not boots on the ground. You don't get to criticize the work that's done until you do the work yourself. The laundry parents are definitely guilty. They have not closed the case on the laundry parents. There has been facts that there may be charges forthcoming for them. And I can't wait, because it feels like I will be vindicated by people. And you don't have to agree with me. I'm sorry you don't. But I would behoove you to take a trip out to Rogersville, Tennessee, and formulate a factual opinion about the case yourself. It's only fair, right? If you're going to criticize the work I did when I actually did the legwork and went down there personally and interviewed witnesses and got eyewitness testimony, not hearsay, but actual firsthand accounts and facts, then you can make a determination on this yourself. I don't think it's fair that people that don't do the legwork get to make an opinion and criticize the opinions of the people that were out there personally. And, more of the stories coming out. If you go to Chronicles of Olivia, you can watch these episodes. She's working on these episodes. They're coming out little by slow, so everybody can see the work we done and, see the information so they can make their own determination. If you don't want to believe it, that's your belief. You're not going to change my mind. Clearly, I'm not going to change yours, and that's okay. The bottom line is that I'm going to still continue to fight for Summer the way I feel and I see fit for myself, and you fight for Summer the way you feel and the way you see fit. So at the end of the day, if we're all fighting for Summer's voice, that's all I care about. But, we were there. We know exactly what happened at the laundry's house. We know exactly what the parents did. We interviewed the neighbors. We know exactly what they did. We know exactly that when Gabby was missing, Chris Laundrie's out there helping his son clean the van. That's accessory after the fact. So we know that without a doubt in our mind. That's a criminal conduct. That's a crime. So you would not know that unless you go there and interview the neighbors. So I'm sorry. You don't have to agree with my strategies, and you don't even have to support it. I don't understand if you don't like it, why you're even here. Because by you being here, you are supporting me. You realize that, right? You are supporting me. You're making my viewership go up. The revenues go up. You're making everything go up. You are supporting me by being here criticizing me. I just want to let you know that. So if you don't like what the work I'm doing, then stay off the channel and don't support me. That's how you don't support somebody. You don't go in there and criticize them and then give them support. Because every time you're here, you're financially supporting me. Just saying. I'm not ashamed of it. I work very hard. I'm not going to be body shamed or, shamed in the least. And it's not going to stop me. People want to talk back about me, that's fine. I'm a duck. I let it roll off my back. So, at any rate, move on and enjoy your day. And God bless you. I'll be praying for you. So, that's how we're going to handle this hate, folks. We're going to pray for them. We're going to pray for them. That's how we deal with it. God wraps us with his armor. I know, it's a shame. I hear you. That 20K's got me a little hot under the collar, but I'm 45 minutes away from there, and you guys saw that I was able to kick up a fuss once before. I have no problem kicking up a fuss once again, and I can do it all by myself, and I'm perfectly happy to do so, but I refuse to allow them to collect $20,000 for getting off their duffs and going and finding their son where they knew he was the whole time. And Olivia has the video for that too. And I think I might take a break from Summer Wells and take some of the footage that Olivia's done on the laundry case to bring it to you to find out, so we can prove to you why we feel the way we feel about that case. The laundry spent millions of our taxpayer monies by sitting back and doing absolutely nothing except aiding and abetting a felon, their son. They didn't care about Gabby. They decided to buy burner phones and go on a camping trip to dispose of evidence instead of going out to Wyoming to help in the search of their missing soon-to-be daughter-in-law. They are despicable people. I meet despicable people all the time. We're dealing with more despicable parents, and that's the dirty wells. Dirty laundries, dirty wells. So... but we will definitely look into that. We'll definitely get back to you, and we'll definitely let you know if we need to have some kind of strategy. We'll get with the team, figure out what the best use of our time is on Brian Laundrie and that $20,000. And then we'll bring you guys into the fold and see if you guys like this strategy that we're going to use and, execute it. That's what we do. I think this mail campaign to the prosecutor and the judge is going to be effective. It's going to be profound, and it's going to actually help. So it seems to me that, everybody was receptive to it. I mean, I had almost 1,200 people in the chat that night that I brought it to you guys. How can we help Summer Wells? This is how. It's not specifically related to her case, but it's getting a dangerous person off the street and giving law enforcement a little bit of breathing room so they can really build a case against these folks. And that's what they need. They need that breathing room. But it's a slap in the face to society to see these parents out and laughing and being able to get drunk every night and being able to smoke crack and meth. They don't deserve that. They just don't. It's a slap in the face to the people watching this horrific show unfold. They need to be behind bars, and law enforcement needs to put them there with whatever low-hanging fruit they can find. Get them arrested and put them behind bars. Start applying a pressure after they're behind bars. It's very effective. What they've been doing is the same thing they've been doing for 6 months, and it's not effective anymore. It's time to change the game. It's time for law enforcement to do something different, because what they've been doing is not working. So I appreciate all those that decided to join as members. And again, the membership options are up. I am telling you, you guys are only supporting us on a monthly basis. There are no real, I'm not doing anything special for you guys. If you join me, if you become members, you're just supporting the platform. You're just supporting me on a monthly basis with what you can afford. We will, in the near future, start rolling out some perks for each level. But people have been wanting the membership because I think it's just easier. They know that they're supporting on a monthly basis. They don't have to worry, no fuss, no muss. And so we do appreciate that. We're thankful for any and all, help We do this, so it's a full-time job for us. We're constantly researching, constantly getting information out there, constantly on phones, constantly doing record requests. There's a lot of behind the scenes. I mean, Olivia is putting hours upon hours in creating 18-minute videos. Like literally that video probably took her 5 to 6 hours to create or longer. There's some real hard costs, the program that she has to use to create those videos. I mean, there's people, you're just not looking at, there's a lot of costs that are involved that you don't know about. It's not just the airfare, it's not just the car rentals, it's hard costs that we have to create this stuff and bring it out to you. So we thank you for all your support and contributions to our team, however you do them. And so I just want to tell you, we're very blessed. I hope we're giving you information. I know everybody's wanting to help. This email campaign is how you help. This mail campaign is how you help. If everybody's been... Listen, Giant, you know what? I'm sick of your sarcasm. I really am. I didn't ask that. That baby was leaning against it. Okay? I'm not talking about frostbite. What I'm talking about is she's got very sensitive skin and she's up against milk jugs and they burn. When you get so cold, it burns. So that's what I'm referring to. We're not talking about frostbite. We're talking about a level of pain on your body from leaning up against a cold product. Why is this baby being propped up with milk jugs? Answer that, since you want to be so sarcastic. You don't have to be here. And as a matter of fact, I'm tired of it. I'm so sick of the drama. You guys bring the drama in here. I will deal with it and address it on an as-needed basis, but I'm so tired of it. I really don't need the subscribers. I really don't need the stuff. If you want to come in here and cause chaos, you're being blocked. I will not put up with it here. We are not going to be one of these shows that feeds into the drama and does that. These are about Summer Wells. And my question is, why are you trying to distract from her good name? We will not put up with it anymore. I put my foot down. I'm no longer getting involved in this drama game. I will not feed into it. And if you come here to try to get me to goad me to feed into it, we will not do it. We will not do it. I'm not doing it. I'm not playing these games anymore. Go to somebody else's channel if you like the drama. Here we talk about the cases. Here we talk about the cases. We don't charge anything to people. And I've got to say, I was on the panel the other day where you were in Marissa's chat. So I'm happy to speak with you, but I will not deal with any of that drama. I promise you I will not. I'm not saying you are. I don't want to throw you out there like that, but I'm just letting you know up front, I will not deal with it. I won't deal with it. If you want to reach out to me so I can start looking at your son's case, I'm happy to do so. You can reach out to bullhornbetty@gmail.com. Send me any and all information that you have. I'm happy to look at it. But again, I can't have the drama here. So I'm happy to help in any way I can. But if there is one scintilla of drama over this, I won't be able to help you. So if you want to keep it clean and above board, send me the information, bullhornbetty@gmail.com. I'm happy to take a look at it. Okay. Well, then go ahead and send that over, and I'm happy to take a look at it. So, and I'm happy to talk to the team about it. But I just want to make sure that expectations are set. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you so much for being a new member. I really do appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So anyways, guys, we're going at 9:30. I need to get showered. I'm meeting my mother for lunch. I haven't seen my mom in a little while. I can't wait to see her, and I can't wait to have a good lunch. I've been eating junk here. I got to say, I ate Chinese for 2 days in a row. Like I'm over Chinese. It's just that, I haven't stuck anything out from the freezer. I probably need to pull stuff out from the freezer because I always seem to eat healthier when I cook the food myself. Always seems to be the case. Anyways, guys, it's been another fabulous day. Happy Friday to each of you. I love my coffee club. You guys have really become family to me. I hope you feel the love from me to you, because I feel the love from you to me. So just have an amazing day. If you can, I know there's a lot of drama going on. I just think that we all need to stay out of it. I really do. I think feeding the beast is taking away from Summer Wells. And if you truly want to be part of Summer Wells' army, I think we all just need to denounce the behavior and, really work hard to bring the attention and refocus back to the victims of the crime. And, I've always said it from before, it's not about me. It's not about me. I'm just a conduit to do good things, to help bring light to these cases, but it's definitely not about me. And I don't ever want it to be about me. It's about these cases. When I come on here, I really try hard to talk about them from the time I start to the time I finish. And I hope I do that to you. I hope I make each and every one of you proud of the work I'm doing. I will continue to do the work, whether I'm alone or not, but I have a great team. I know that some people have problems with some people on the team's personalities, but I don't have the luxury of having personality conflicts because we have to help these cases. So I utilize whatever I can to help these cases. And I don't care, if the audience has a personality conflict, because again, it comes down to the victim. If the person is strong and does their job beyond expectation, I need to work with that person. I can't replace that person with a subpar person because of a personality conflict. And I hope you guys, each of you, understand that. We had a well-oiled machine that was excellent out there in Tennessee. Excellent. And, some people are hating on my friend Marissa. And again, I'm not going to get into the conflict with that. It has nothing to do with me. I have no stick in that fight, no dog in that fight. I want to stay out of that drama. But I have to tell you, she was utmost professional. She helped get the job done. She did. Thank you, Alibi. Thank you. I love you guys. You guys are great. I appreciate all your love and support. I really do. So I just want you guys to know that, it's about the cases. It's about the victims. And sometimes you just got to leave stuff at the door for the sake of the case. And that's what I try to do each and every day. I hope you guys, come around and also accept that and support it and love us, because we are strong. Some of us are a little bit more strongly opinionated than others. And it's all about accepting people for who they are, and not trying to change them, because I think it causes additional stress. I want people to, accept me for who I am and not try to change me. So I'm not, I try to give out to what I want to receive. And so if I give people ultimatums, then ultimatums will start being put upon me. I don't believe in that. So just understand where we all come from, and let's just keep working very hard on each of these cases. I think you guys are beautiful people. You're smart people. I really, truly do believe you support the work that we're doing. And I hope you see the hard work that we're putting into this, but it is a lot of hard work, and it does wear on us. So just keep remembering every now and again to show the love. Sometimes that really makes the difference and helps propel us, in the next case. So anyways, I love you guys. God bless. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the members that chose to join today. Obviously the membership option was a success. I didn't want to go this route, but you guys, it's not me that went this route. You guys were asking, where's the membership? How can we contribute on a monthly basis? So I did decide to take the time out and, finish that and get that out there to you so you guys can do that. And again, we appreciate it. If you love this channel, please share me. Don't keep me a secret. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I really do appreciate every bit of support I get. Thank you. You guys have an amazing Friday. I may not be here tomorrow. Sorry, I forgot to tell you guys. I may not go live tomorrow. We'll see when I get up. But I'm thinking about, there's wreaths across America, and my friend is in Brooksville. I've got one that goes on in Sarasota here, but I think I'm going to make the travels up to Brooksville to help him. I haven't seen him. He's a great mentor and a supporter of me. And I think I may just go head up there to help them. It doesn't really matter where I help out as long as I'm helping out for the Wreaths Across America, initiative. So anyways, you guys have an amazing day. God bless you. And we'll be back very soon.